Greetings and salutations. I am your malevolent game master. And tonight, I have 3 of the 4 players that will be helping me bring this story to life. Richard is on a very well-earned and deserved vacation. So, Chrono, you and Arena, you enjoy your vacation. Have fun, because we'll see how this goes. All right. Now, having gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and start the player introductions. We'll start with Dead Man Bones. Introduce yourself and your character, if you would.
Hi, I'm Deadman Bones. Today I will be playing you, Zobras, Mandalorian sharpshooter, and hopefully warrior. Let's have some fun, yeah?
Yeah? Huh? Anyways, um, so Chrome will
I
jump
wasn't trying
down
to
to
do
you.
that much.
Gillis, introduce yourself and your character.
I'm Glaze Hellerwood, and I will be playing Crom tonight. And if things go well, no one's going to die.
I make no promises.
I make no promises that I may or may not break someone's arm, though.
If memory serves, having watched some VODs on the YouTube for Dice Dorks in Danger, I believe there was a promise made to a certain character about breaking their arm once you got out of a situation. Segueing to Jinja Ninja, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
My name is Ginger Ninja0424. I also go by Ginger. Tonight I will be playing Adamox Ethi, a merc who is scared of both Crom and Zo for varying reasons.
I personally don't understand it, but
I saw Zo do something that I took as a personal attack. Let's put it that way. Crom is a Wookiee. I feel like that he deserves the respect and fear.
Absolutely. Okay.
What's that? You want me to hand me your arm?
Yeah. Here's a hand.
I'd prefer not to, but
Alrighty then. So, a little bit of a recap. Last game session, there was a little bit of an extra contest within the ring against our very own Crom and Zoe. This was a on-the-fly kind of get the aggression out and anything that could have been built up in the Wookiee. And Zoe was kind of like, yeah, sure, why not? The fight lasted about like 12 seconds, where Crom pretty much just, hulked, smacked around, threw into the side of the cage and knocked out. But it did make the crew in its entirety just a little bit more money. So it was not an entirely bad loss. Also, Ranix, the Devorian, who has hired this crew to bring in some supplies for the send-in, where the characters are still currently at, have had an extra job of transporting a special droid from a very unknown race of the Akoziks to transport this droid to a hut on their planet of Corbin Deltas, Mojo the Hut. And everything was kind of going well and good until Zagar had caught wind that this droid was a Kozix and was kind of announced to the crew unofficially that he himself is an Akozix, which was a slight surprise, I think. But Richard had Zagar go and check out the droid, and the droid had actually awoken and introduced herself as Yumi and was surprisingly very human, we'll say, more so than any droid that has ever come before them. Now, having thought about that, if you guys recall, Richard and Ranix were having conversations with each other about what to do and everything else about the droid, or a synthetic, as Zagar had said. But if you picked up last game session that Zagar and Yumi were holding a conversation completely in their own native language. My question to you is, do you guys want to know roughly about what they were saying?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
It
sure,
might be
why not?
useful information to have.
Could be. I was going to tell you guys anyways. So we'll kind of start out where Zagar and Yumi are going to basically be talking in Ranix's room. And in my mind, they're talking in their native tongue, but everything's kind of subtitled. And I essentially would be translating the subtitles. And there were points in times, as just kind of a heads up, where they were interrupted, I guess. If you want to see those points in times, the VOD is on the YouTube, and I think it's still on Twitch for a little bit. I'm gonna kind of gloss over those to give you a general idea of what their conversation was. So, Zagar is going to look at Yumi and say, I really thought that synthetics had a protocol for not getting captured. And Yumi will say, you mean the self-destruct? And he nods his head and says, yeah, why didn't you do that? And she just kind of, honestly, I really don't remember. I feel that my programming would have had me do it unless something had come up. Like I said, my memory banks are a little on the fritz. Zager like, oh, okay. Well, what do you remember? Matter of fact, who's your owner? Who's your master? She will take a moment and she'll say, I am in servitude to the house of Jasun. And Zager will kind of look and say, Jasun. She says, yes. And he'll kind of get this funny look on his face and he'll say, they're not a Khozix. And she'll say, no, they're not. And he'll lean in, he'll say, you're from the mother world. And she will nod her head and she says, yes, I'm from the mother world. What? That's amazing. That's so cool. And she just kind of giggles and she says, no, it's really nothing. There's a lot of the Yakuza culture is a derivative of the home world. And he'll, that's I know, but I've never been. And she'll say, well, enough about me. You, I imagine you're out on your excursion to see the galaxy. He says, well, kind of. And she goes, oh, well, do you have any valets, perhaps personal guards or associates? And he goes, no, it's just me. I had actually been sent on a mission from my master. Oh, that's unique. Traditionally, when the Akoziks leave, they travel in pairs of either 2 to 4. He nods his head and he says, yeah, but things were kind of a little weird and different. I was asked to take some information to some kind of Morgan Katarn, and Master I said very specifically to get this information to him. Master I, she says. He nods his head. Yeah, it's a Twi'lek. I doubt you've ever heard of her. She'll kind of take a moment. She'll say, no, I don't have any information readily available. And he'll, oh yeah, that's obvious. And she will then kind of look over at Richard and say, so this Richard, do you trust him? No, not really. But I mean, at the same time, he hasn't given me a reason to doubt him yet. I haven't sensed anything odd. Oh, you're a sentinel. Yes, I'm in training. Well, not so much as a sentinel, but for whatever reason, Master Zokor handed off my training to I, and I've been sort of kind of training under the way of their Jedi. He says kind of questioningly. Oh, Well, that's very unusual. He says, that's what I said, but I didn't really argue. So if you can't, or let's see how she would say this. So if you're not sure if you can trust him, how long will you stay with him? Oh, I guess until I can get myself my own ship and head off. She says, well, then I will go with you until I can restore my memories and remember what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And they just both kind of chuckle and laugh. And then towards the end of the conversation where, towards the end of last episode, before they essentially stopped their conversation, Richard had asked a question. And the comment was made that she was to be sold. And they both kind of look at each other, and she says, I refuse to be sold, and then this will not be. If I kill them, will you assist me? And he says, I don't want it to come to that, but sure. And she says, well, I doubt it will need to come to that. We'll play along. And then it will screen swipe back to Crom, who is tinkering with the droid head. It's been a few hours, and you're kind of expecting to make a little bit more progress than what you did. But once again, those finite details and how you need to be so gentle to do these things, and you're still kind of learning. It's not going as well as you were hoping. You do kind of take a moment to just like set the head up and go, okay, let's turn on the switch. And you turn on the switch, and it's got basically, it's kind of like little optical sensors and things and it switches on. Eyes kind of flash on. Oh, and then eyes kick off, and you're like, oh, dadgummit. All that work.
Progress has been made. It turned on for 5 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. While you're kind of doing that, you hear Jada using kind of like a power loader lift to put the droid brain on the side of the wall. And she's been working on this for a little bit to kind of try to get some things going. And you can hear Kit kind of beeping and booping, carrying on. And she says, no. Once we get it secured, then Kit will go and finish the installation in the cockpit. But this one needs to get the droid brain attached to the wall. And they bloop, 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 boop. Do not give this one sass. Jada will dismantle you. Beep, beep, beep.
Just gonna look over my shoulder and just say, "You want to help with that?"
She will say, kind of lean in your direction and say, Jada could use a little bit of assistance if Crom would be willing to help.
When have I not been willing to assist you, Jada?
Jada kind of takes a moment and thanks, and she says, this one cannot recall a moment in time. However, Jada is the mechanic, and this one tries not to burden the crew with such things.
And it's my job as the muscle to help with you, anything I can. So let me help you, so this goes a little faster.
She nods her head. She says, agreed. So go ahead and give me a space transport repair technical.
Space transport repair. Okay. I can actually have something good with this, so.
Yay. While you're doing that.
Don't do a Steve Perry.
Yeah. As a kind of little weird shout out, if my soon to be, I guess, sister-in-law is watching this, had your leftover dinner from last night. Very delicious. Thank you so much again. All right.
6, 7, 16.
What was it? 16?
16.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna be spending some time with your extra strength and things which will kind of incorporate in the role, despite it not being a strength role. You're able to kind of more or less help her get it into the position where it needs to be and everything else, and can kind of tack it into the wall to kind of get to a point where it makes the installation so much quicker and easier. It's not so much also as a just getting it attached to the wall. The reason for the check is once you kind of get it to the wall, it basically, in my mind, both of the sides can open up, and there needs to be some modifications made to allow the droid brain to essentially have a cable that goes into it that feeds into the cockpit, and then one that more or less kind of feeds into the systems of the ship. So that would run like the repulsors, the engine, certain various things that would need to actually function and pilot and do what it needs to do.
Alright.
So you very quickly help her get up, and then she's more or less kind of working and tinkering, walking you through verbally of what you need to do while she's working on her stuff. But yeah, no, best you can tell as you're kind of going over, you're making all the proper connections, you're doing what you need to do and all the other kind of fun stuff. She might even kind of look over a little bit and kind of pat you and say, "Well done, Crom. Doing good."
I am trying to help my best I can, Jada.
Oh, that's sweet, she says. All right. So while you're doing that, we are going to swipe to Adamox, who was in the crew quarters taking his nap. Adamox, my good man.
Ah.
You awaken to some heavy sounds of coming back from the engine room. And you do know that they were going to be doing some installation on the ship of this droid brain. So, but as it kind of stirs you up, what would you like to do?
People that I know or people that I don't know are coming in to help.
No,
Or is it
they
just,
didn't
like,
say. Yeah, you know it's Jada, and you
they
also
didn't
saw Crom
say?
back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, very rarely do they get outside help. Jada pretty much takes care of
Just
everything.
kind of wake up to the sound of all that banging
Mhm.
around. Okay. In that case, assuming I've been asleep for long enough, I'll probably get up and try to, I don't know, use the restroom, find myself a snack or something.
Okay.
I don't ever really do much when I just wake up, I guess.
So yeah, you take your time, kind of refresh yourself, grab something to eat, something to drink. Take the time to wake up. You're woke up a little bit.
I don't know.
Was
I'll
there
assume that
anything?
the food stuff was over here.
Oh yeah,
So
over in the kind of like the kitchenette kind of thing.
yeah, there's not really a particular thing that I can think off the top of my head that I would need to do.
Okay, that's the key
But
part.
I'd probably just try and be like, I guess just still trying to wake up more than anything. I don't realize off the top of my head if I need to do anything.
Since we don't have the moderator in chat, I was unaware is that while you guys could hear me, I had my stuff unmuted or on mute.
Oops.
Sorry about that.
Whoops.
All right. So now that that's fixed, because I think I coughed or something like that and cut me off. Anyways, so Crom's kind of doing his stuff. Adamox is kind of more or less, just kind of getting around, just piddling around. We will then go ahead and jump to Zoe. Zoe, you're still in the weapon shop. You bought the one weapon. You bought some ammunition. I think it was like 4 energy cells. And you said that you're wanting to kind of still peruse around. What else was Zoe looking to peruse for?
You're currently muted, by the way.
Yes,
Just
you are.
Mr.
Don't be like the
Player
game
One.
master.
Honestly, I did not think that far in. That was
You're
just
fine.
too in to
You're
see.
fine.
I just meant that he was muted in
Yeah.
Discord.
No, you're good.
Zoe would probably be looking around for things that she could actually, unlike this gun, take with her to Empire-controlled space.
What kind of things were you looking for? Because, and for a kind of a little bit of an explanation to those watching, I have provided a sheet of various different weapons and armors and conveyances to the players that they can see that you guys can't. Depending on the type of weapon and depending basically its code, there can be things that you can buy, doesn't matter. There are things that are restricted, which Some places it's illegal, some places it's okay, but you need a permit. And then some things, like the weapon that Zoe had purchased, which is illegal pretty much across just about everywhere. So Mandalorian's eyes got all big, like, fancy good weapon, but didn't think it through before Mandalorian made the purchase.
Player thought it through.
Yeah.
Character did not.
Yeah.
But that's something she would definitely do. It's like,
It's on brand for the
powerful
character.
weapon.
Yeah. So,
Like,
what
so
other
Crum's
weapons were you looking for
Crum's-
that were not highly illegal?
Crum's bowcaster, it's in good repair, right?
Yes. Crom's bowcaster is fine.
Or-
It's a bowcaster. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you seriously thinking about picking up a bowcaster?
Me use a bowcaster. Was those Miss Blaster. It's like a bowcaster sounds intriguing, but got a sniper rifle for that.
Okay.
Oh dear. So thank you for your time. I don't want to spend too much time looking at things. I should have honestly looked before this stream. Um, tell me. So, where's the nearest bar?
He will chuckle. Is this your first time on the ring? The Sindin is the bar and the casino and the better restaurants, he says. Sindin's pretty much the only place you'd go to get a good drink.
Good enough. Looking for some place with some manner of dartboard or something.
Yeah, I could probably say that they've got something like that in the Sindin.
Or some sort of maybe. I know there would be no shooting in an actual station.
Now,
but
another thing
an
is that if
arcade
you,
is a whole nother.
now another thing is if you didn't want to go to the Sindin to basically throw darts, you could try to find something that like a dartboard or a onboard ship shooter or something like that you can install and use in the ship.
That too.
So what kind of things
would
you want?
look for something like that.
Okay. It'll
Does-
take you a little bit of time. You'll basically hit to a convenience type store, and they have all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like we'll call it 5 credits and below, and they they have stuff that essentially is good things. Most of it is kind of like I kind of in my mind see it like a Goodwill or a what do they call those things? Flea market, where they have things that people are just trying to sell, like a glorified garage sale, where they're basically just kind of trying to sell what they can do and get rid of.
You mean like the freebie basket in the corner? It's like, I'm not going to charge you for that. Just take it.
Possibly, but most people are trying to get money, whether it be for their spice
Trying to draw
addictions or they're trying
comparison
to
how it's set up.
yeah, or they're trying to keep a roof over their head, so to speak, or what have you. With a little bit of hunting and luck and things that you are going to stumble upon. Let's get fancy. You are going to stumble upon a hyper VR training unit. Now, obviously, this is not going to be 5 credits or below, but these particular units, essentially, you can set up and utilize to help increase certain skills, depending on how they're set up, and depending on basically what memory chips you put into them. So if you had something that, like, let's first say blasters, and you basically inserted it, you would basically get into the ring, and it would more or less kind of free float you around, and then you'd adorn all the stuff and things that, and your body would kind of go into this little stasis thing to where your muscles are going through the kind of actions of what you're doing. Your mind sees what you're doing and essentially is a training program, more or less.
So-
The unit itself has a price tag of 15,000. Yeah, I'm not letting this thing go for cheap. That's a
Oh.
pretty big thing in the system.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have not 15,000. Yeah. Unfortunately.
So as you're kind of drawing over that, you are going to be kind of looking around, and you do kind of find like basically a darts board, where it basically kind of comes with like 6 darts and things of that. Now that one is much more reasonably priced at 5 credits. It is kind of well used and things like that, but it's definitely serviceable and things like that. Also, go ahead and roll me a perception spot.
Your perception coming up.
Yep. 16. Okay, so as you're kind of picking up this darts set, and you're like, yeah, that's definitely worth and things like that, and it's in good shape. I'll pick it up. You're actually going to notice that they have kind of like a little jewelry section, and there is going to be kind of like a row of necklaces that actually catches a little bit of your eye. Is a mythosaurus. We'll say it's gold.
Okay.
Gold mythosaurus necklace. That's just kind of hanging right there.
That's an immediate grab.
Sure.
No
That
questions
one,
asked.
yeah, that one is going to, as you look at it, it's going to be 15 credits.
Okay. So far, that's 20 credits. Hey.
So, as you're kind of going through and buying stuff, handing out the credits and things that, there is going to be a let me think of a race. I've used the Thorian already. Let's just make it a human. There'll be a human male that kind of sort of bumps into you. And it's like, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Sir, ma'am. Kind of gives you a look a little bit because you got your armor on. Ma'am, like that. And he's
So
like, I am
clearly
so
points
sorry.
down to her chest.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Sorry about that. He's like, yeah, I was kind of looking over here and just kind of lost sight and didn't see you. I am so
So
sorry.
immediately checks herself.
Sure.
What's the investigation or? Okay.
Or you can do
search
investigation if you want. I'll allow that.
I'm gonna do search. I've got more than that. Oh, it exploded. 21.
Hold on. You're missing about 100 credits.
So Zoe's gonna touch her knife like, hey, you want to give me those credits back?
Credits? What credits? He says.
Don't mess with me. Give me my money back.
Fine. Can't blame a guy for trying. He busts out the 100 credits, puts it in. He's like, yeah, I was just trying to feed my kids, but I'll get the money somewhere else. Have a good one, he says. He turns around, just walks off like nothing happened. He got caught, and he's like, hey, you caught me. And just turns around and
got
walks
me.
off. Yeah.
Honestly, yep. It's like, be glad that you still have your hands, she mutters under her breath.
Yeah. He doesn't hear it. He's already done long gone trying to find the next goofball. All right. So we will go ahead and swipe back to Richard and Zagar with Yumi. The three of them are actually going to be exiting Ranix's area. So I was, I guess, kind of misleading when I said we're jumping back to them because it's actually Ranix that we're going to be focusing on. As the three of them are leaving, Ranix is going to make a call to Mojo the Hutt. Now, once again, in my mind, I see this conversation going on in Huttese, but I will translate via subtitles. And Ranix puts in the call, and it's a holo projector. So you get to see this hut as the holo projector kind of pops in. And Ranix kind of does like a little motion of a bow. And he says, "Oh, Mojo, my man." He says, my dear Hut. He says, "I have some information. Some may be good, some may be bad." He says, "But it does warrant a personal call, unfortunately." Mojo. And he says, "You're not a fool, Renix. If you are calling me, I know it's a good reason." He says, yes. The droid," he says, "that you had purchased from me, there may be a little snafu." He says, "What snafu?" Mojo really cuts him off quick. He says, well, he says, "As I had explained to you before, after we had captured her, she was a little worse for the wear." He says, "And she killed a few of my men." He says, "And we had to hit her with everything that we had." He says, "And she became pretty damaged. You're aware of this." He says, "Yes, I am very aware of it." He says, "But you said you're going to make the attempts to repair her?" Yes. He says, "We did try." He says, "But her makeup, the technology," he says, "is just a little more advanced than what we have." He says, "And I was going to give this call to let you know," he says, "that I was going to cut off a certain amount from my payment due to the fact," he says, "that we couldn't fix it." And then Mojo kind of, "How much, or how much work needs to be done?" He says, "Well, that's kind of the thing." He says, "Richard, my dearest colleague and friend," he says, "you know him." He says, "Well," he says, "apparently," he says, "he had stumbled upon a youngling," he says, "that is of a Kozik's nature." He says, "Very similar," he says, "if not identical to the way the droid is." He says, "And I was able to find out," he says, "from the time we had placed her into the storage bin," he says, "till now, that she has a self-repair program." Mojo goes, "Huh, this could be useful." He says, "Yes, but," he says, "I have also found out a few other things." He says, "Apparently they're very secretive," he says, "about their society, culture, things of that nature." Mojo goes, "I don't care." He says, "With the Empire trying to squeeze in on my territory and the Hutts unable to give me proper backing," he says, "I need a droid that can easily blend in, if not to spy on the activities of the Empire." He's, "Yes," he says, "and there also kind of in lies the problem. She is more sentient than we had originally anticipated." "Really?" Mojo says, "Yes, she apparently became overheard me saying that we were selling her to you, and she showed a very heavy displeasure." Mojo says, "We will outfit her with a restraining bolt. This will cause won't this will alleviate any problems or issues." Ranix goes, "We have tried that. We tried to slap a restraining bolt the moment we got her. It just didn't take. I don't know why." He says, "It was almost like it wouldn't adhere." He says, "We've tried various different models." He says, "And the one time," he says, "she did kind of function. She ripped it out." Mojo goes, "So what I'm hearing is I don't get my droid, you don't get paid." He says, "Well, hold on." He says, "I'm not quite saying you won't get your droid." He says, "However," he says, "I do have a proposition." He says, "Since you are looking to gain information from the Empire. He says, and this droid could be of use potentially for you. He says, may I suggest, he says, that you hire the crew from Homestar Logistics, Richard and his group. This is possible. However, unexpected. Oh, yes, I totally understand. He says, and they have a couple days to kill. He says, and I wanted to give you as much time to think this over. He says, the best thing for you, Mojo. He says, something that could still be profitable for me. He says, and a benefit to you. And Mojo kind of takes a moment of silence and says, I will think this over, and I will be in touch. And the hologram goes down. And Rash just goes, oh, I don't want to lose out on all those credits. Oh, Force, help me. All right, and then we will go ahead and swipe back to Zoe, who has made some purchases and things and she is actually going to be heading back to the ship. Alrighty then, so let us give me a moment because I need to set this up and then boop. Moving over. So, and then I also need to remove the map cover so everyone can see. Not maps, map cover. Yay, now I need to adjust it apparently. Doing it live, folks. We're doing it live. All right.
And I
Let's
can
see.
actually move my token.
Nice.
I was just doing that.
Yep. Alrighty then. So, just kind of a little quick to let you know kind of thing. This is part of the ring, okay? The area, well, hello. Having all the problems. The area.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, it was me.
I thought that I thought that was someone.
No.
It almost sounded like someone was catcalling.
No.
Oh God. I wonder how that would go.
I don't know, but it ain't happening.
Wait,
So
it's-
basically where they are is on a kind of like a little ring, or not a little ring, it's a large ring. And this is essentially one of the hallways that leads to the umbilicals or the docking, space docks, or however you want to see it. So you can kind of see over here where I kind of angled it off because it's just hall and it's just going to keep going around. Same way on the other side. Around where Zoe's token is where Zoe is basically coming from like the shopping areas and all the other kind of fun stuff. Now down here is essentially where the ship is docked. So Zoe is going to be walking along, and you will actually be hearing kind of an echoey voice kind of thing of
Okay.
Richard talking to what sounds like Zagar, and another voice is kind of chipping in every so often. And
Do I need to roll anything to tune in on that, or?
if you want to try to glean what they're saying without like walking up to them, it would end up being a investigation roll, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And just so everyone knows, I do not have a token for Yumi, so I am using, at least currently, Jada's token to represent Yumi.
All right.
18.
15.
18.
18.
1-8.
Okay, 18. As you're kind of walking, you're gonna hear their voices going, and Richard's going to say, well, I mean, we could probably try to find your ship when we get back. It's just gonna be very costly. And the boy says, or Zagar says, yes, I'm very well aware. He says, but it's something that I feel that I need to do. And Richard goes, well, he says, you're going to need the credits. He says, and we can offer jobs until then. And then you'll hear the female voice say, if payment is required and credits are what we need, she says, I'm certain we can find expedient ways to acquire the credits to acquire the ship, or just acquire the ship. And then Zagar just goes, "Did you just say we're gonna steal a ship?" And the girl goes, I didn't say that. I may have implied it." And then there's just kind of a little bit of a,
Okay, that's when I'm gonna turn in. Like, what in the world is going on, Richard?
all right. So they're down the hall there. So you moving your token, I guess, there.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and move your token to where you believe you would like her.
Did I just hear what I thought I just heard? And hello.
Richard's gonna say, What did you think you hear?" And hello, he says.
That wasn't for you, Richard.
He'll say,
And
oh, yeah, Yumi. Yumi, this is Zoe, Yumi.
wow.
Yumi just kind of tosses up a hand and says, "Hello."
So it's obvious that Yumi is a droid, right?
Nope. She looks like a human or a Khozix, very similar to Zagar, but she, from the distance you're at, it looks like she has kind of a droid brain or a droid implant like Jada has.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, you can't tell a difference. She looks like a living, breathing being.
so Richard picking up girls.
Richard's like, "No, I'm not picking up girls. This is the droid." And Yumi says, I
what?
prefer the term synthetic, but is all she does. And Zagar just kind of rolls his eyes.
And synthetic is what you get. You are quite fascinating. Never quite seen one. Never quite seen someone of your. What's the word? The player is trying to find the proper word, and all I can think of is persuasion.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Well, we'll just use the word persuasion then.
Sure.
Of your persuasion looks so like organic.
She says, "I assure you, I am not organic. I am not a specimen." She says, "I am a machine. But I do understand the compliment that you are attempting to give, and I thank you," she says, with kind of like a little handout bow.
Oh my, and sentient.
And then
what's the
she's
deal,
going to
boss?
look over at Zagar and say something in a unforeign language, or a very foreign language to you. And Zagar is going to kind of snicker and then make it a comment back to her.
Is there any body language I can read to that?
If you make the attempt to pick up what they're saying, it is going to be knowledge languages.
Okay, I actually have that.
You can go ahead and give me a roll. I will warn you, it's not an easy check.
I figured. I only have 2 dice in it, so 6.
6? Yeah, you have no idea. They might as well be speaking binary. You're like,
Well,
yeah.
Fair enough, but I wasn't trying to translate. I was just looking for body language.
Even then, the way that they're kind of going and doing and things of that, the language is throwing you off because of how they're doing. It could be anything. She could be throwing a compliment back to you without giving you a compliment. She could be insulting you. She can be making snarty remarks. She could be asking for, "Where can I get my oil changed?" You don't know. It's literally
Oh.
just that kind of like, huh?
Fair enough. So it's going to get closer. 1, to stay on Richard's flank, and 2, he's going to shake you. Hold a hand out to shake. Hello there.
Yeah, she will go ahead and give you a very firm shake.
There. Now we've met and displayed niceties. Zobras.
Yumi is my designation. Pleasure to meet you, Zoe.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Zagar.
Yeah, what's up?
That was a hello.
Oh,
I was merely saying your name is hello. Hello.
Oh, okay, he says.
So,
Usually it's followed by hello, Zagar, or followed started with hello, Zagar, or Zagar, hello, he says. But my basic isn't the world's best. He says, you'll have to forgive me.
it's fine. It's fine, Zagar. So, did you three have anything amusing to share?
You're actually going to see Richard kind of go, hold that thought.
Yes, sir.
I think if we have any conversations beyond this point, we really need to get back to the ship.
Speaking of, the player just had a thought.
Yep.
We've been docked. We've also been away from the ship. If I
Yep.
wanted to do a sweep to make sure we're not bugged, what would that be?
Depending on how you did it, if you did the physical check, it would be the space transport repair technical, and then if you did it for like computer systems, it would be was it mechanics computers? Mechanical? I can't remember if it's technical or mechanical. One of them. And then if it was a on your person kind of thing, yeah, thank you. And if it was on your person kind of thing, it'd be an investigation research.
Well, fair enough. I mean, would check as far as my person goes. Would the check I did on myself count?
So it's kind of like D&D rules. If for some reason he planted something on you, but also took something from you, if his role was a certain level, if he made 2 independent checks, we'll say, if you that check beat one but didn't beat the other, then you wouldn't have noticed one, but you would notice the other. Or if I would have lumped them all together, then yes or no,
Okay.
depending.
Fair enough. All right. So, to the ship then.
So as you say that, you're going to turn around and see that there are some shady looking people that are walking in your direction. It looks like there are 4 different thuggish, rough people, and in the middle of 2 of them is going to be a Bothan who looks like he is relatively well off. Kind of reminds you almost like how Rannick's dresses.
Okay.
They will
Hand
stop.
on blade.
Huh?
Hand near blade, not on blade.
Okay. They will stop, and he will kind of the Bothan will say, excuse me, young group, but I believe you have something that belongs to me.
And that would be
Her, he says, and he points at Yumi.
I'm pretty sure that's a no. Richard?
Yes or no? He says, I don't care your opinion. He says, merely, he says, I am here to acquire her. He says, to possibly sell. He says, maybe not sell. He says, maybe disassemble. He says, or whatever. He says, my informants say that she's some kind of a droid and worth lots of money. And I like money, he says. And you're going to notice that the guys around him, guys and girls around him, begin to draw out their weapons. So, he says, you may hand her over now peacefully. He says, or we may take her by force. He says, I don't really care.
What caliber are these weapons? Is the structure and integrity of the station at risk if they miss?
They just look like they're blasters. Now, in traditional Star Wars and Legacy or Legends, I mean, and I think even in canon, you saw on the Tantive 4, they were in the middle of space. Well, no, they got taken up. There were instances, I think, I know at least in the books, you can have firefights on ships and space stations. If you hit the wrong thing, yeah, you're out. But I mean,
well, okay. Well, if they're taking their weapons out, you know what Zoe's got on her, what she
Oh, yeah.
literally just bought.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you really want to have this fight?
Are
Right
you
now.
drawing, or how are you playing with the weapon?
Hands on it. It's not completely drawn.
Okay. Richard's gonna say, whoa. They have pea shooters by comparison. You could potentially damage something that would kill us all. He's gonna whisper
Oh,
to
I
you.
know. I know. That's a bluff.
No, I know.
I'm not stupid enough to find this thing here.
Do a perception con.
I do not have con, so perception it is.
Yep.
And I did it forward because Mandalorian. Can't blame me for trying.
I'll give you a +2 for how you played it. So whatever you have,
Oh.
add 2 to it.
Add 2 to what I got.
Yep.
Okay. So that's an 18.
All right. The Bothan's going to laugh and say, "Now, I have no desire to die," he says, "but at the same time," he says, "I've been in this business long enough to know," he says, "that you don't want to die either." He says, "Put that away before you hurt yourself." Richard's actually going to kind of snicker, and you're going to hear him kind of giggle like, "Damn, you done got told." He doesn't say that, but it's that kind of a snicker laugh.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed what's on just about every bit of my armor, but dying with honor, that I do.
He looks at you and he says, he just kind of shrugs his shoulders and says, "Well, if you're foolish enough," he says, "you may try." He says, "At either way," he says, "I don't think you have the cojones to do so."
Well, first off, I'm female. I don't have those.
"I'm sorry," he says, very crass, like extremely uncaring. And as
Are there
a
guns
side
out?
point, even though he didn't say it, technically he's right then. You don't have the cojones.
No, but tell you what, those got the. I can't. I don't know if I can say that word on your stream.
Probably not. If you don't, if you're not sure if you can say it, don't say it.
All right, I'll say it this way. She's got the tatas.
Yeah, no.
So guns out.
The ovicular fortitude. Okay.
So you sure about that?
That's a heck of a way to word it.
That is a heck of a way to word it. Thank you, mankind. Mick Foley. All right. Okay. So you're wanting to engage in combat?
I'm
Uh,
still
I-
trying to piece this, but does it seem like there's no getting out of this?
You
I
don't
have some
know
questions.
because right now you're just trying to flex blasters and strength, and he seems to be very unfazed by that.
Fair enough.
So,
Can I low key call Chrome?
yeah, you can do that. You got your helmet. You got the
So
comm
I'm
link.
gonna broadcast this conversation. Hey, so this can go to a firefight if you want, but we're in a station, like literally right outside here.
Do me a favor, real quick. I don't know where my magic coin is. Roll me a d6 if you'd be so kind.
A singular
Oh,
D6.
whoa. Never mind. I found the coin. All right, hold on. A decision needs to be made. And it is a yes. Okay. So when you say that, the conversation is in Richard's ear because he's got one of the fancy earpieces. However, it echoes as,
I forgot.
yeah, Zagar has been given a comm link.
Oh God.
And it's like, boo, 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 boo. And he goes, "What the shit?" And everybody is hearing this that's on the ship. And you can kind of hear in the background Zagar going, "What the shit? What's up with this thing?" As the Bonthan goes, "I tire of your stall tactics. Kill them and take the droid," which you guys can kind of hear at a low key thing. Now we're gonna go ahead and roll an initiative.
Already rolled. And it exploded.
Nice.
16.
Yeah, Zoe has the highest roll
Yep.
for that year.
Yeah, that's why I rolled it.
All right, so you get the opportunity to go first or second.
First.
Okay. All right then. So. How many actions would Zoe like to take?
2.
All right.
One of which involves the gun she's got.
You're fine. Richard will take 2. And then, we'll do, and then we will also do. Okay. All right then. So, Crom, how many actions would you like to take?
I will take 2 actions.
And Adamox.
Probably 3.
Okay. So who wants to go first from the players?
So, please.
No, not Zoe. We all know what Zoe's gonna do.
I don't care. If you want a
Fine.
total party kill the entire thing and end it early, it is your game.
All right, fine.
you?
I'll go last as far as the players go.
No, if you want to go first, like he says, it's what I'm saying is it's up to the players. You guys figure out who wants to go first in this case, because I understand it's
Alright,
kind of
logically
sensitive.
Thinking,
Let's roll some
I
d6.
feel like we would hear the conversation before the shots started firing because Zoe started broadcasting.
I agree with this.
So before the guy even said just kill them, we would probably start like grabbing our shit to go out and help.
I could see this.
So logically, by that logic, I think that me and Crom should get whoever between the two of us wants to go
Okay.
first to go
So
before
I've
us.
got a question.
Hmm.
Does Vagar have hands on Saber?
No,
Okay.
he doesn't have his hands on a weapon. It's literally his hands are up looking at his comm link like, what? Like he's confused.
All right. So
All right.
I'll defer to the other players in the ship.
Okay.
And just to be clear, is this all as far as I can move is about right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you can roll a, what is that? Dexterity running
Okay.
to essentially attempt to double your movement for one action. So
Okay.
running would be the action, and then that would burn up one of your actions at a negative 1d6 because you took 2 actions, and you'd be heading right towards it. Or potentially could double your movement.
Because I don't have running.
So then it would be just dexterity.
Okay. So yeah, I will. So you just want me to roll 2d2 and
Roll d6.
This is the d6 game, my friend.
Yep. 2d6. Did you have any pluses?
yeah, I had +2.
Okay. So yeah, 2d6 plus
And-
2.
Oh.
Yeah, because when I was listening to the
Yeah.
last game, when he said that, I was like listening, going, did he mean 2d6 plus 2? So yeah, that's why I wanted to check and clarify now.
I love when people correct me.
Sorry.
No, he's not. I mean, he's not wrong. Because like I said, that's where I was like, I wanted to make sure that I was understanding his logic.
I do the same thing all the time. So.
No, you're fine. It's okay.
Six. Oh. 11.
Yep, that is enough that you can double your movement. So you can move 20 meters.
Okay. Let's see, 20 meters.
Yep.
That
This
would
is
be
freaking out.
about there. And that is if I move here, is that opening the door or no?
So as I see it, you by moving 20 meters, you're basically hitting the door as a free action. The door is going to open up, and you're going to see there's like a little bit of a walkway in between the ship and the station, where you're going to actually see two pirates that are kind of standing, looking at each other, and they're both holding blaster rifles, and it looks like they're like in mid conversation. And then they're just like, door goes, psh, and like, what the?
And just kind of look at them and just scream in their faces.
Alrighty then. So that is that. Atomox, what would you like to do?
Uh, so probably gonna have my blaster rifle out. And let's see here, movement is still the same, so in this case it's 10 for me. So we are ruling that each of the squares is still the same amount, correct?
They should be 5 per, if I'm not mistaken.
I wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
You said it was Dex to see if you can double movement.
Dexterity running if you have the running skill. Yes.
I don't have running, I just have straight Dex.
Then
that
straight
case.
dex it is.
Alright, and then because I said I was taking 3 actions, is -2 to everything, correct?
Yes, correct.
I wanted to make sure.
Nope, yep.
In that case, I think I'm probably gonna end up spending a single character point.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll the 1 regular dice that I get first.
Okay. Which is the wild die.
Yeah, it landed in the cocked in on the edge of my thing, so I gotta roll that again.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that first wild die was a 4.
Okay.
And then it's the character point die that
Okay.
I already declared.
Yep. And then remember that acts similar to a wild die, so if you get a 6, you get to
Just like
re-roll it.
fails don't matter on the
Correct.
character point die. And that is a 2 for a total of 6.
That is good enough. You're able to grab your stuff, and then you're able to move 20 meters.
Alrighty. Sorry, I want to make sure I'm measuring correctly.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'll just probably move up to there then.
Okay.
Kind of just like, what the heck's going on out here?
Yeah. Wookie,
Kind of try to
Wookie,
make that loud enough that everyone
yeah, Wookie gets the
else
door.
around the hall
Yeah,
recognizes.
Wookie gets the door, pops it, and they're probably everybody's gonna hear because he said that he's just gonna roar. So pops the door open, pirates stand there. Wookie roars as you're running up, and you're like, "What's going on?" And you see these two pirates kind of standing there with their blaster rifles because it's this weird look on their face, like "Whoa," like they're not sure what to do.
Yeah, like I have mine in my hands, but I'm not like aiming it at anyone
No, you're
actively.
good. Alrighty, Zoe, we will go with you.
Oh, question my particular fortitude, huh? I think not. You know what? I'm going to spend a character point since I really want to hit this dude.
Okay. And what was the spacing on that?
He's in range. I checked.
So
Oh,
60
right.
feet,
You
is
want
that
his-
medium?
Hold up. For this gun, Master Cannon, purple Betty. So let's see. It has a 5, 20, and 100.
So it is actually technically a long range shot. Okay. That's what I need to know.
15.
15. So that shop owner was not kidding when he says that that thing has more kick than you would originally anticipate. You take the shot in your mind, you got him dead on. It is going to land right Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. It is going to land right here. Boop. Right next, or right in between the Bothan and the pirate guy. Roll me damage. Well, I roll hull damage.
Oh,
Boy, good job, Zoe. Good thing you got that suit, right?
please don't. Roll low, roll low. Wait, that was the wrong gun.
Why is your gun named Daddy?
That's my sniper. Wrong gun.
I'm still trying to figure out why it's named that though.
I don't
It,
know.
So
it
it
was her
has
father's
daddy
gun.
issues, apparently.
Ah, I gotcha.
23.
You make the shot. It hits on there. The pirate guy that's in between, it's next to the shot where you hit. He flinches. Oh, he freaks out. The Bonthan just kind of stands there, not really all that phased. You're going to take a huge chunk out of the paneling as it kind of flips up, and we're gonna say for fun, it's actually going to fly back and hit this guy.
Okay.
So roll me 2d6 if you'd be so kind.
2d6 coming right up. 6.
Fantastic. He has.
I assume those were just damage die, and neither one of them were wild.
All right, so it will knock him prone and knock him back a square.
Okay.
But the paneling ends up coming off and things that hits him and kind of, and it flops over. And you just hear him go, "Thank Ferric." He seems to be okay.
How's that for cojones?
But yeah, I was thinking the same thing there, Chrome.
Yes.
And you just hear from next to you as Richard slaps his hand across his forehead. Okay.
I'm sorry. It fits the character. It really does.
I'm not questioning. At the same time, Richard, I think it would do that.
Yeah, he really would.
Yeah.
He would. But come on. You see these numbers, right?
Okay.
Get to
Richard
cover,
is
please.
going to spend an action to attempt to run towards cover.
Yep. Yes.
And that
It's
is
under the
enough.
fridge.
He is going
bottom.
to. Let me double check.
Grab me one.
It's 1,
Actually, grab me
2, 3, 4. Okay. So just so you guys know, even though I've got them as little nubs, right here are essentially little wall barricades that are where blast doors are supposed to go in case some idiot fires like a disruptor or a heavy blaster can or something like that, and like they need to seal off a section. And we'll actually put him right here. Even though he's slightly his tokens into the wall, he's basically going to hit the wall and like press right up against it. So Richard is going to have cover, full cover from some, and I'm going to say 3/4 from the one guy who freaked out. Okay.
Okay, so I was right. That is a blast.
Yes. All right, so
Maybe it's-
Zagar. Zagar is going to quick draw, and he's behind Zoe, so he's just going to quick draw and then try to take a pop shot. I see. Oh, what do you got for all your stats there, boy? Okay. Not as good in blasters as I was hoping. Okay.
So if he misses, I'm going to have to soak, aren't I?
No. If he nats 1, maybe. He misses, but he does take the pop shot, and it's going to land right at the feet of the Bonthan, who still doesn't flinch. All right. Yumi
Ill emotions.
Yumi is going to slightly look around, slightly confused, and then she is just going to. No, that's not her model type. Okay, she's gonna look around, slightly confused, and then the second Zagar takes the pop shot, she's going to basically pull the same thing Richard did. She is going to make the attempt for cover. So she is actually going to be able to actually make it all the way to the door, though. She just bolts, kind of puts her head down, arms over and things, that goes right to the door and then smacks up right against the paneling and kind of wedges herself in there. Richard looks at her and goes, hello there. And she's like, ugh, is all she does. Okay. So now we're on to the pirates. The pirates. Okay. We have. We'll deal with the pirates down here first. They're looking at Adamox and Crom. This gentleman right here is going to try to shoot the Wookiee, because the Wookiee's pretty much like eye to eye with him, and he's like, oh, he's freaked out, and he's just going to try to shoot. It is not a point blank shot. You got a little bit of ways, so it's actually going to embed into the side of the wall. It's just going to leave a little bit of carbon scoring. It's just a basic blaster rifle, so nothing crazy. That will be his turn. The other guy is going to move here and get cover and kind of slap his back against the wall, holding up the blaster rifle. This gentleman right here is going to take a pop shot at Zoe, which is 60 feet.
Okay.
Alrighty then, so. So that is a barely miss. So he takes the pop shot, and the bolt goes right past Zoe's helmet. And in my mind, Zagar took the pop shot. So what ends up happening is, like, Zoe's helmet's here, Zagar's head's here. The bolt goes right in between you two and just embeds into like part of a wall.
Game Master.
Yes.
I just checked the stats. I put the wrong thing in. My medium range is 200. I mean, sorry, 200, 100.
Well, know that for next time. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, once it's completed like that, oh well, we're too far. Let us see. So he does that. The Bonthan is going to make a move for cover himself as he draws his weapon. And then this guy is going to move here to get out of line of sight. This guy's going to move over here. And then this guy is going to stand there but attempt to make the shot on Zoe as well.
I made the changes I needed to make. I don't know how that happened.
That one's a hit. All right. So you are hit, Zoe. Go ahead and give me your damage to soak. Do not forget your armament.
Which one?
We'll say he's gonna shoot you in the chest because it wasn't that good of a shot. So good enough to hit you, but not good enough to pinpoint you.
Okay, so soaking. This is a blaster, yeah?
Yep, it's a blaster. So energy.
So 2D. 23.
Yep, it will hit the helmet. You'll feel kind of a little bit of the warmth from the shot, and it wasn't enough to really dent or do anything like that. But when it hits, it more or less kind of soaks, grazes by, mostly turns into sparks. Zagar will kind of get some of those sparks and like, oh, not to do any damage though. Okay. So we are back to the player characters. Who would like to go up on this particular action turn?
I can go next unless Adamox wants to go.
Yeah, I can go. So I'm probably basically gonna go, all right, I guess we're doing this. And because like I kind of wanted to go like hopefully get to a point where these guys could hear me and like talk them down, talk everybody down, but I guess that's out of the option.
Well, I mean,
Alright,
you know Zoe.
yeah, that's a good
Peace
idea.
was never.
By the way, I
an
know I
option.
would have seen it. So which guy was it that shot at Crom? Was it this guy or
The guy that
oh,
shot at Crom was this guy right here.
all right. In that case, suspecting that Crom will want that guy's arm,
Sure.
I'm gonna.
Now you can take a shot at the dude there, but he's got 3/4 cover. So
I'm measuring. So what I'm probably actually going to do is 5, 10 to right next to him,
okay.
and attempt to pull out and stab him with my vibro knife.
Okay.
Or is that going to be two separate actions? Because if so, I'll just move and then pull out the vibro knife.
I will allow you to burn both actions now.
Okay, and just not take that third at the same cost or
Yeah,
whatever.
you said that you had blaster rifle at the beginning,
Yeah, I
so I'm
did say
assuming.
that I had it out. But
Yeah,
I
so
like to think I have it in like I have one in like the knife in like a holster.
yeah, no. So basically, I
still, just
will allow a
taking the thing off.
freebie to pull the knife out because it's not going to be in a convoluted area. So that's the freebie. One action to move and then one action to stab. So don't forget you are
You might
negative
actually get
2d6.
lucky with a vibro knife.
Might.
I'm at 2d6 because I chose to take 3 actions.
Yep.
Total. All right. So, and it's with my vibro knife, so that means it would normally be a 5, which means I get an extra d6 down to 3.
There you go.
So math, that is 8.
8 is good enough. You actually stab him.
Let's go! Success!
After all
Actually
this
stabbed
time, Adamox is vindicated. He stabs somebody finally.
And then let's see here. The damage on that thing is listed at 4d plus 2, and that's just the straight. I don't have to take the -2 for the damage, correct?
No, not for the damage, no.
Thought so. I almost forgot a couple of there. For the damage, I have rolled. Let me count. Plus the 2 pips for a total of 23.
So how you want to gut him?
Alright, I guess we're doing this. Run up, taking the one hand off the rifle, grab it out. And since he's hiding behind the corner, I'm just going to be like right next to him and just extend the arm out to the side to stab him in the throat.
Okay. You stab him. As he kind of goes down and falls, he starts falling backward but down. So as you stab him in the throat, it actually kind of gets up to right about where his nose is and kind of splits him as he falls down. Body starts shaking as he goes into shock and then dies. Alrighty then. So who would like to go next?
Zoe's gonna take some cover.
Okay. That's 25 meters.
That is. Oh, right.
Yep.
You're right. That is.
Yep.
I can remove. I was
So
right.
you only have a 10-meter movement.
I was right. Can I try to run?
Yeah, if you want to try to run, you need to make me the check. So dexterity run.
Just dexterity.
Okay.
11.
11. That is good enough to double to move to 20 meters.
5, 10, 15, 20.
All right, looking good. So I believe that was your last action, correct?
It was.
Okay. Crom, you still have one more action. What would you like to do?
Well, this poor sod's sitting here. I'm looking at him. I'm gonna and can I get the cattle prod out with a free action or no?
Sure, I'll allow that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna whip out the cattle prod, look this guy, and go, "Mayor, need to have words."
All right. So you whip out the cattle prod and say, "Mer, we're gonna have some words." And so you have an action still, yeah, because the freebie was a turnout. Did you want to walk up to him, or
Y-
are you gonna like throw it?
Um, can I charging tackle him?
Yeah, I would allow that. You've got enough distance in there to start a run. So it will end up being a strength brawling. See if you can run up
Okay,
and tackle him.
strength brawling. All right, and it set a minus. Or is it a -2?
-2.
-2. Okay. Well, I got a 6 on the wild die.
Nice.
That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 14, 18. Oh, that's the second 6 on the wild die.
Nice.
18, 20, 21, 22, 23,
This is
24,
what we live for. Those 6s on the wild die.
6, 5, 6, 27. 27.
Oh yeah, no. You run up and you like get down really low, and then you basically just kind of wham. It's kind of like when you see those poor defenseless news reporters. They're like, talking to the camera, and like somebody like goes to catch a football or something like that, and bam. I mean, it's that kind of a thing. Except you're facing headlong into him, and you actually have enough strength and momentum to hit him and pick him up. So we'll put you right there, and then we'll say that. Actually, we'll do this. We'll put him right here, but we'll put you right there for the follow through. All right. So, yep,
Okay.
you've
Get
picked
low,
him
aim
up.
high.
Alrighty then. Perception.
Coming up.
Ooh, shy.
Ooh, another explosion.
Boy.
17.
Pirates get to go first this time. Alrighty then.
Wait, what did they roll? I know you don't have to answer me.
Nope. Okay.
They had an impressive roll, guys.
They had enough to beat you. That's all that matters. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. Alrighty then. So, Zoe, how many actions would you like to take?
2.
All right. Crom,
2.
Adamox.
Also 2.
All right. So, pirate that is being picked up by Wookiee is going to make an attempt to.
Get away from me.
No, he doesn't have to make an attempt. He still has a blaster rifle. He's just going to shoot you.
Okay.
All right, so that is enough to hit at a point blank shot. So go ahead and give me your strength, and we will go ahead and say that it's gonna. You can add your armor to it.
All
So
right.
add the energy of your armor.
All right. So strength plus armor, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to need more dice.
Nice.
I'm actually gonna have to break out the excess dice. Let's
That was a good
see.
feeling.
It is. Let's see. Two. That's.
That's the number. Write that down so I don't forget.
S- two,
Do, do,
three,
do, do,
six,
do, do,
nine, 10,
do.
11. Where'd I'll get it later.
There you
All
go.
right. I had to get lots of dice because I'm
Yeah.
doing this.
No, I know, because like I said, a lot of times that's why I've got like this little mini dice, because they're like, I think 32 a pack. Actually, I have 2 of them, just in case.
4, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 26, 29, 31, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Yep, he makes the shot and it absorbs right into the power suit and kind of ricochets off, sparking off of your suit a little bit, and then what little bit kind of hits the ground. He's in too much of a panic mode to panic any further, so that was his turn. This pirate is going to let's see what we got here. That's 30, 20. He's gonna try to run for cover. Ends up being a success. So 5, 10, 15, 20. All right. This guy is going to make a shot at Zoe.
Okay. Am I benefiting from cover from where I am or no?
You are not.
Oh, not from him.
Not from him, no. Bring. All right. That is a hit. You may burn up an action or add another action to react to dodge if you so choose. This will replace the number to try to hit you for the rest of the round.
I will burn an action. Let's see.
Sure.
Adding an action would take me from -1
-1 to
die
-2.
to -2. Let's just burn an action to
Okay.
dodge.
So go ahead and give me a dexterity dodge if you'd be so kind.
Ugh. 10 with a 1 on the wild.
Okay.
That was bound to happen. I've been having decent luck with my rolls.
So can you tell me what your highest die number is, and then remove that, and then also the -1 for the wild die, and give me that number.
So 6 was the highest number.
Okay. So the remaining total
Oh.
is 5,
Oh, wait.
3,
Wait. I think. Hold
4.
on. Took off 2. 6 plus 2, that's 8. Plus 1. Plus another 1. The wild die was the 1. I had a +1.
Stay in
my
school,
dodge.
kids.
So yeah, no, that's a 3.
Okay.
If I'm getting rid of the 6, I'm getting rid of 7. Remember? Because you did say get rid of the wild die 1 and the highest one there, right?
Yeah, but was your roll 10 or 11?
My roll is a 10.
Okay. I was thinking it was 11. That's why. Okay. So yeah,
You're
now you're
confusing me,
you're taking all this. Oh, roll
So
roll
I
me
still get to roll the soak, right?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for the wild die, nope, I had you remove it, so we're not gonna have any other kind of funky things. It's gonna hit you in the chest, so chest armor.
Okay. Win.
21. Yep. You take the shot like a champ.
Okay.
All right. This guy, get on the right thing here. This guy is going to try to take a pop shot at Zoe, but you have. I'm going to say you have quarter cover, give or take. Okay. So, let us see. It was, what was the range on that again? It was about 50 feet. So, difficulty plus an additional. Okay, so, all right. Oh, yeah, that's a straight miss. Shot comes in your direction, but it just impacts into the wall. Actually, we'll say it impacts in just the tip corner part of the blast door area. This pirate is going to try to take a shot at the Zagar, because Zagar's just pretty much been standing there at the moment. For the moment. Oh, shoo! Interesting. So you got a 1 on the wild die. So I
Okay.
actually kind of see. We'll be a little flavorful with this. The guy goes to take a pop shot at Zagar, and as a reaction, Zagar just kind of goes, "Oh," and throws his hand in a certain direction, and the guy's blaster shot just goes, or the guy's arm kind of flinches a little bit, and just completely misses Zagar.
Did you just do a subtle forceful?
No, he just did kind of like a force push or force motion. Since he got a 1 on the wild die, it kind of, at least in my mind, made sense since he's a force user. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just sounds like he did it kind of.
He did it unintentionally. It was just like, oh.
Your instinct.
Yep.
Lovely.
The Bonthan. Yeah, that's a thing he has. What's the distance? Alrighty, so that would be about 50 feet. That's doable. Let me double check the stat here of the stuff before. Give me a moment. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. There it is. All right. Radius up to 5 meters. Okay. So.
Wait, radius?
Yes. Okay. So the Bonthan is going to pull something out of his pocket and chuck it in the general direction of Richard and Yumi. Ooh. What was the thing there? That was a max. So did not. That falls short. So right about, we're gonna have to bust out the glove and the pen. So
You need a pen.
I do.
That's
So
never
he
good.
chucks a grenade. It falls a little short, and it is going to be right here as the grenade goes off. This glue-like substance, it ends up exploding out and just coats the entirety of that panel.
Do I
I'm just-
know what type of grenade that was just
Possibly.
by looking at it?
I'll give you the freebie. And for those of you that don't know Legends or the system and things of that, it was a
Oh, yeah.
glop grenade.
I was trying not to bring player knowledge into.
No, I understand. You guys have probably come across or at least heard of these, so I'll let that one go.
Okay.
So yeah, glop grenade. That will be his turn. So now we get to go to players.
Who wants it?
All right. So who wants to go first?
I can go first.
All right, Crom. You got this dude kind of picked up. He tried to take a shot at you. What does Crom want to do?
I would like to bane this man.
Bane.
I was born in darkness. All right. Which particular Bane were you want to do? Like Bane with the cattle prod and like cattle prod enema him, or did you want to just like break the bat?
I'm gonna break the bat.
Okay.
I mean, I've already got him in. I've already got him in my arms.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me pure. No, it would still be a brawling parry. Give me a brawling parry or brawling strength. Excuse me. He needs a brawling parry, which he's not
Alright.
good at.
At -2. Yes.
Yes, -2. No, -1. You took 2 actions, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, then -1.
All right. Just want to make sure. Let's see. It's 12. 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26.
26. Give me some strength.
Alright. Alright. Is that with or without the minus the die?
Without the minus, you're doing straight strength for damage, so.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No, you're good.
That's 8, 10, 16.
16. Yeah, you start applying the pressure, and then you're going to feel and hear this guy's back essentially start snapping, and he will let out a horrified scream of pain as he drops his weapon and just completely passes out.
Lovely.
Yep.
Just gonna drop him and just look at the next target.
Next
If that's
target's already
okay.
dead because Animox stabbed him. And then you're seeing, yep, thank you. You see him right here. All right. So we will have, because he's incapacitated. What kind of thing should I use for incapacitated?
Dizzy skull. They have a dizzy thing on there, don't they?
Probably, but we'll just use blue for now. All right. Yep. So you look over in his direction. He's not even looking at you guys. He is kind of looking towards the direction of I was gonna say Richard and Jada. That's not right. Richard and Yumi. With blaster rifle kind of down. And who would like to take their next turn, or their first turn rather?
Yeah, I guess I will.
First action. Okay. Go ahead, give me action. What are you wanting to do?
Probably move. Actually, no, I holstered holstered / holstering the vibro knife to put the hand back on the blaster and fire at this boy.
So
Or are you making those separate actions? Because if so, I can take them as separate actions.
yeah, so you may have said something prior to, but my head canon was something different. You have two hands. So I was under the assumption that you had the blaster rifle in hand and that you just pulled out the
I
vibro.
have it in one hand. I just pulled out the vibro knife,
Correct.
releasing one hand.
Correct.
From so
Okay,
I had two hands on it. I let go of one to grab knife and stab.
Okay. That's
I am now saying I'm going to holster knife to put hand back on and fire.
okay. Yeah, because the way when I was going this time around, I thought it was like you dropped the. Okay, all right. Yep, nope, you're fine.
Okay. Wanted to make sure.
Yep,
So, all clear to take that shot?
all clear to take the shot.
Alrighty. And that is a 4 in blasters. I said I was taking 2 actions, so I take away 2 of those dice, correct?
Nope, you take away 1 die.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Math.
You are
It's a
fine.
hard
It's okay.
Alrighty, so that rolling 3 die because I had a 4 dice code. That is 10 plus 1 pip for 11 to hit.
Absolutely. Believe. Let me double check the range. It should be a hit. Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Well, I mean, the short range is 50, so.
Yes. Yep, that's a hit.
Alright, and then I'm also going to mark down my 1 ammo.
Sure.
slot
Go
staying
ahead and
off.
give me some damage of the weapon.
Alrighty. Absolutely. Hold on. Math. 17.
17. Let me double check. He will fall prone, and it appears that he is wounded.
Okay. Well, that was my action.
Wounded, so red. Okay. And then Zoe hasn't taken an action yet, right?
No, she has
Okay.
not.
Yeah, because you burned up the other one for the. Yep. Okay. All right. So, what would Zoe like to do?
I'm half thinking about firing that cannon again, but probably not a good smart idea. Luckily, I have a weapon with quick draw,
Okay.
so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So thanks to the quick draw, we're not gonna have to worry about the -1. I actually try physical dice for once, so that's 5 -1, so that's 4 dice.
Who are we shooting at?
Shooting at
That's 45 meters. That is 35 meters. 50 meters. Okay. Yep. He has a clear shot, so you'd be perfectly fine to hit him. Just need the weapon blaster check.
I'm giving you that.
Did I miss the number or did?
No. I actually rolled
Okay, that's fine.
physical.
No, you're
for
fine.
once. So that's a 10.
10.
Yes, to hit. My,
What was your short range? What was your ranges on that again?
hold, please? Because I don't trust Waystar. I don't trust what I've put on the sheet, so let me check the actual weapons handout. Is he more than 20?
Yeah, so what was it reading as? Short range is
100 is
the
100 would be up to long, so 20
what?
is my medium.
So that
Unfortunately.
ends up kicking into long range. Okay, yep,
Yep.
nope, that's a miss.
Ah,
Was a nice
I would
attempt
imagine.
though.
I would imagine that she is putting a gun back a actual action as well.
Technically, since you have the fancy one's got the quick draw feature, no. Because you get a freebie to do, and then the quick draw is kind of a taking the action to do but negating. I mean, I'll allow it. I'm not worried about.
Okay,
I'm not
so
worried about it.
she's gonna put the cannon back. Like not
Good.
firing
Don't
that again.
destroy the base. I don't
It
want
was
to
meant as
live.
it was meant as a warning shot.
Okay.
That would have hit if the player had double checked something, probably. But that happens.
Richard, who has drawn a weapon, is going to make a bolting motion. So right here.
I was about to say, what? His weapon's bolt action?
No, he's bolting. He has his weapon out, but he's running. All right, and Zagar. Richard's going to say, as he's running, "Get to the ship." And then Zagar is going to hear that and then go, "Alrighty."
It's not going anywhere until the cargo is safe.
I can't remember if he has it.
Little aside here, I don't know if the synthetic being would appreciate you referring to it as cargo.
Precious. I'm not saying. Zoe didn't say that. Player did. Did I say that like this?
It's all right.
Look.
You said things like that and then turned around and said, "I didn't say that as a player." So it happens. The confusion is a possibility because I've done that.
Point is, we now have the information. I was just trying to make a little aside joke there. Moving on.
Fair enough.
Alrighty then. He is going to run here. And then she will go ahead and make a running action and be able to actually head right behind Richard.
Hey, Game Master, quick question.
Yep.
Is suppressing fire a thing?
Yeah, you can just fire in the direction to try to,
Lock them down.
yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
You just gotta tell me I want to try to lay some suppressant fire or just randomly take some shots. So yeah, you could do it. All right. So that was their actions. Bonthan is going to attempt to take a pop shot at Richard. What was the range? So he barely misses Richard as it impacts on the floor.
Phew.
Yeah, he barely missed him. All right. So he will then shout, the Bonthan will shout, "Do not let them escape! I want that droid!" All right. So we get to go back to players who have actions remaining. Who wants to take their next action?
I think I used all my actions, did I not?
No, I had you marked down for 2, and I think you only took 1, right?
Yeah, I think I. Oh no, I'm thinking of the last round.
Trust me, I do that too. It's okay.
I think we all declared 2 actions. I think I only took 1. I might have taken 2 though.
You
Yeah.
declared
Was-
2. Everybody declared
was-
2. Zoe
Yeah,
took.
this turn or last turn?
Yeah,
Or
Zoe,
last
Zoe, Zoe burned up 1 action to dodge, and that didn't work out right. And then Zoe also took a shot on her quote unquote first action. You two have only taken 1 action thus far.
Okay.
Okay. So, Crom, what would you like to do?
Would like this guy's out, correct?
Which guy? The guy you
The-
snapped, or?
Yeah, the guy I snapped.
Yeah, he is like knocked out. Now the dude that you're pointing your roar at,
Yeah.
he's prone. He's awake, but he's got an injury, so he is wounded.
Okay. I'm going to put my cattle prod away, pull up my bowcaster, and just take a shot at him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it from right here. So I've already heard go back to the ship. So
Okay. So it's a lot to unpack with one action left. Okay. So you're wanting to basically start moving back, and you want to make the
yeah,
weapon swap. Okay.
Yeah.
So for 1 action, I will allow you to basically move back and then make the weapon swap, but you can't
but I
make
can't
the attack yet.
fire.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I want to have the weapon at the ready at least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I foresee that doing all that without firing, it's totally feasible. So, all right. Who wants to go next? Adamox, you want to take your last, or did you want the others to take their stuff?
I was basically gonna let the others take their stuff because as of the current situation, my only real action is kind of just duck onto this side of the wall that guy was behind.
Yeah, you're fine.
Just kind of like stack up, pointing my rifle down.
Richard,
or
no.
left direction,
Okay.
down the general direction for
Yeah, you're fine.
shoot. if
So
need be for-
Richard goes to attempt to continue his running motion and attempting to go from double speed to, I think it's like, is it 4 times speed and then all out? Like just 6? Anyways, that's not the
gonna let-
important part at the moment.
I'm
The
just gonna try and
important
let
part is as he starts running, this dude is going to notice that and then take a grab at him and then trip. So Richard is actually going to fall prone, smacking onto the ground.
Would that be some sort of roll?
Not when you get a -1 or 1
roll.
on the wild die. I mean,
Oh, okay. He did it. Sorry, I was confused. Like,
nope,
did the wounded guy make a roll to do that? Like,
nope.
sorry, that was
No, you're fine.
head beings.
No. You good? You good? Yumi. I will allow Yumi to continue run and take an action. So she sees this and she's going to run, and she's actually going to attempt to try to time it out to where she can basically kick the dude right in the head as she's running past.
Pretty cool hit.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
Well, if it's word D&D, sure.
I love how I made the critical hit joke and it actually hits.
Yep. So there's gonna be the hit. She does also have to continue to make sure she can actually run through.
I know.
So.
What?
Oh yeah, she's fine. So we'll actually put her token right here as she kind of runs in between Richard and the pirate guy, and she times it, and she basically just takes her leg and wham right across the face. So now we get to roll strength against strength. Whoa, dude. Go ahead and do that. Holy schnacks. Oh, wait. Yep. That's right. Oh, so 21. 25 for her against his 3. So as she does this, everybody can hear this loud snapping and popping, and his head kind of goes backwards, and then it continues to go as it makes this unnatural bending motion. So
Oof.
apparently she ran
Oof.
by and just straight up killed the dude.
Did
Ooh.
you just smack that man's neck by bumping into him with her leg?
More or less.
God.
Okay.
I think the Wookiee has a new friend.
All right,
Who
now
got the
Zagar.
T1000?
Zagar is going to attempt to make his run. And then he went from double to so it's 20. And then I'm almost positive it's 40. It's double, then like 80. So yep, he'll be able to make it there. I will double check that later, but for right now, I'm fine with this. Okay. So that's all their actions. Adamox, you have one more action left. You're muted.
Muted, dude.
He's not muted now. We're just waiting.
Sorry, my attention had been split, so I hadn't actually realized you guys started trying to grab my attention. My
Yeah,
bad.
you're fine. You're fine. It is your action. What would you like to do?
So, because it was this man who got kicked and died, right? The one
Yes.
I wounded?
I will make the adjustment, but
verified.
yes.
So, because, you know, I have now seen Richard get proned,
Mm-hmm.
I think what Adamox is going to do here is he's going to try and advance to that square right there that I pointed at. So
Okay.
right here, blaster still out.
Sure.
Wait, was that? Well, that was where I'd pointed before, right? I wanted to make sure I didn't.
I believe that's where you're pointing.
The squares are uneven compared to like the squares on
Yeah,
like
I know. It throws
so
me off too.
it's a little throwing me off.
Yeah. No, it
All right,
throws me
and
off
then
too.
I'm probably gonna attempt to fire at this guy so that he doesn't have the opportunity to fire at my boy Richard.
Okay. So you're wanting to basically take the move action and then also attempt to fire at the same time. I will allow that with an additional negative 1d6. So you will be rolling.
So I'll be rolling at -2, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Sorry, it's been a while, so I'm still trying to get back in the
You're fine.
move
You're fine.
as its own action.
You are fine. These rules are definitely not set in stone. They're a guideline, and I like to be very flexible. So
Right. Let's see here. So I had a 4 in blaster. That means at -2, it becomes a 2. Hold on, let me make sure I math this correctly. And then that explodes.
nice.
Math. I'm actually just gonna pull out the calculator on my phone real quick so I don't lose track
Absolutely.
of these numbers.
Do what you got to do, man.
So that's
Don't forget your fingers and toes.
That's right.
And so anyway, after it exploded, it now explodes again.
Nice.
And it explodes again. I wish
Nice.
I wish it just didn't seem so sus, I swear.
You're fine.
Hey, it's
Is that a-
fine.
Okay,
Did a
here we
dog
go.
just
Finally
cross
stop
your screen, Aaron?
exploding.
Yes.
Finally stop
Your dog just
exploding.
passed my
When you
screen.
add my 1 pip for a blaster, it's a total of 26.
Oh, that's definitely a hit. So roll me some damage.
Alrighty, that is a D4 for damage, I believe, with the blaster. No, it's a D5 for the blaster.
Ooh, nice. Even better.
My knife was the D4 plus 2 pips.
There you go.
I think I actually rolled it with 4 earlier because I looked back at the attack thing next to the weapon thing instead of the damage.
It's all right.
Nah,
Mistakes
either way,
happen.
he's dead now.
Yeah.
Okay. I know I'm not supposed to be complaining, but this is gonna sound sus as hell, so let me add the rest of the stuff first. That, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that, and then I explode again.
Nice. Yeah, no,
Okay, this time it didn't explode 3 times.
yeah, don't
time it did-
even worry about it. I have had instances like that where it's like 5 times, 3 times, like back to back. Same way with my buddy Wes. It has happened. So
Yeah, but like, you know, I just want to make it clear I'm not like doing it on purpose or
hey,
nothing.
no. If
Dice gods,
I
RNGs will
like
fix
I
me
told
today.
you guys before playing and things that if you want to roll physical dice, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's an honor system. If you for
Right.
whatever reason cheat, you're cheating out of the story and cheating yourselves. It is what it is. So
Get
I
a-
Where
trust
are
you.
you getting the blood of RNGesus from, Ginger? Where can I buy it?
Oh no. You tell me. I guess I just started praying enough.
The the force is with you.
Anyway.
That's what the explosion in the dice means.
Yes, even though I didn't spend the force point.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I do not get a plus whatever to damage for the blaster. However, after adding everything up, I had a 4, a 2, a 6, a 5, and then a 6 on the wild die that exploded into a 4
on.
for a total of 27.
Nice.
Take your spot.
So that is a difference of 17. He is immediately dead.
And I was pointing at
Or
this
don't.
because
Yep.
I don't think I'd really be able to hit either of the other 3.
No, the other ones are full cover. You can't hit
Yeah,
them.
at least
So yeah,
from this end.
yeah. You hit the dude, and he catches the bolt with his face, and he just hits the wall and
Head
starts
is
slumping
all
down.
over the walls.
Yep. Yep. He
So
is.
the player noticed something that the character might also notice. I'll ask on my turn.
Okay.
Mm,
The
I'm so high.
Bonthan
My memory's garbage.
is going to attempt to take a pop shot at Richard. Oh shit.
I feel like I just heard Bonthan hit.
Yeah, that Bothan definitely hit. Okay.
Oh no.
So damage. Roll Richard first. Okay, I'll make a note of that in case I get distracted. Now I roll weapon damage. Ooh. It's a difference of, I believe, let me double check. I believe that's a wounded. Da, 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 da. Yep, that is a wounded status. So, yep, he takes a shot. Bam! He's already pruned. So, he is wounded.
Oh dear.
Alrighty then. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. So, Zagar is going to reach back and then attempt to pick Richard up. Which I don't think it really needs to be a check. Yeah, in the middle of combat, yeah. Just in case. Oh yeah, he can pick him up. So yeah, he will basically kind of go like, "Come on, Richard," and he'll like reach down and kind of be able to pick him up as his action. And then when he's doing that, Yumi is going to take the blaster from Zagar's hand, and she's basically just gonna start opening up fire on for laying suppressive fire down in the general direction of here. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Where the Bonthan was. So it's not gonna hit exactly where the thing was, but it'll kind of hit like the floor area, I would think. So. Alright then. That was that. And I believe everybody's taking all their stuff, so we get to roll initiative one more time. Hopefully, you guys can get to the ship.
Here's hoping.
Not with that perception. 8.
I'm not even gonna bother
mean,
counting. I beat an 8.
They could always roll lower.
They
There
didn't.
is always
I'm
a
not.
possibility.
Yeah. He didn't. He didn't roll lower. Okay.
I mean, he didn't this time, but there was always the
No,
possibility.
absolutely. The probability was high. But nope, didn't happen. Okay.
I swear, why does steal for humans work for?
Alrighty then. So, Zoe, how many actions do you want to take?
2.
All right, Crom.
I will be taking 2.
Okay, Adamox.
Also, too.
All right. So,
If everyone's all right with it, can I go first on our turn? Like, I know
I
we're
have no
not there
problem
yet.
with that.
So, since we're on a new round anyway, I'm gonna put this in everybody else's head. They knew where to find us.
Mm-hmm.
They probably know what port we're docked in. And does our ship even have sublight that works right now?
That's something
That's a
you'd
good
have to
question.
ask Jada.
You know, we could just leave the boss man alive and capture him. Explain it like, yo, we got a hut that's buying this synthetic. We can't give it to you.
Yeah, but he's probably not gonna care either. He'll probably
Unless
just
we
take it.
spoke with that hut. We could.
It would
we
be
could
another
like,
thing if we
bro,
were in that hut's
spoke with that hut.
territory. If we were anywhere near this hut's territory, that would be a whole nother story.
Yeah, you're probably
But
gonna
we
just take.
can't.
He's just probably gonna take the droid in question to the hut and sell it.
Yeah, it's like we can't name drop the hut out here and expect to get anything done. This is lawless territory.
So, as
Telling
at the
your-
start of
telling
the
someone to
round,
call them up at the mob, call the mob boss on them.
that's right. So, let's you guys can continue to think that. We might take a break, micro break here in a little bit. But
Okay.
All right.
the Bonthan rolls around the corner and chucks another glop grenade, and this time it lands right in the smack dab center of Zagar essentially has Richard picked up. Yep. And Yumi standing right there. So when it explodes, it captures all 3 of them.
I can't remember if that's like a hard goo or if it's just a restrictive substance.
Oh, you'll find out. Okay, so that was his turn. The pirates are next. Oh, let's see. The guy right here gonna try to take a shot at the kid. And distance was, that's a hit. All right.
Huh.
Ooh.
That's not gonna work.
Okay, that is doable. All right, so Zagar takes the hit. And he is going to, as a reaction, use the Force to control pain. Moderate. Okay. All right. So the pirate shoots him, hits Zagar, Atomox and Crom can see Zagar when he gets hit. It looks like it hurts quite a bit, but he just instinctively reaches to where the area that he got hit with and seems to kind of shrug it off, which is kind of an odd thing to say. So he got wounded. He should drop prone, and he should be a lot more hurting. But he seems to just be like, "Nope, well, I'm good."
I'm
I
good.
do this
Yep.
all day.
Yep,
And just pulled out the second wind.
something like that. Okay. All right, then the other part is going to Bonthan is going to say get me that droid. And the guy is going to move in closer. That's not the thing I wanted. So it's here, here, and then here. Okay. So yeah,
You
he
mean
ends
one
up
going
getting a little bit closer. And that will be their turns or actions this turn. And then who wants to go first for their actions?
Well,
I believe I had stated I did, but that was before the grenade had gotten thrown, so
If you
probably
want to go
So's gonna
first,
go.
go for it.
yeah, I'm just concerned, like, if I go in proximity of where that grenade landed, now that it's been popped or whatever, am I going to get trapped too?
So if you don't want to
Let me
go,
double
can I?
check on him.
Alright. Because, like,
I
with the
still
name,
have a
like,
smoke grenade.
Flop Grenade,
Yeah, I'm almost
like, with that kind of name,
positive.
it makes it sound like it's gonna be kind of like a
I'm almost
semi
positive it should harden already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the damage. Cloak grenade. To break free. These are
Sorry. Okay.
Dude, what is the radius on a smoke grenade?
Doesn't
Like
actually say. So yeah, I think it's still in a goopy state at the moment.
Okay.
So yep, it's still a little goopy. It's starting
I
to
wanted
harden
to
up,
check the
but it's
ruling
goopy.
because I wanted to check the ruling because that's gonna affect my decision. Because like in character it would.
I understand.
You know, like I'm not gonna put myself in a position that makes things worse by
Absolutely.
trying to help.
I understand.
I don't want to have to rip your leg off to get you out.
Right, I got it.
So
Yeah, this is second action of my turn, correct? Oh wait, no,
I
no,
still
we
have
rolled
mark you
a
down for
natural
2, so nope. First
we,
action.
we haven't done.
All right.
'Kay.
I think but I think me shooting at this guy was also that second action. I burned one or something.
We're on a new round, man.
Yeah, a whole new round.
Sorry, my memory's garbage.
You're fine.
I guess I believe that was 10 there.
Okay. So you
Let me
use
just double check that. Yeah, that
action to
was
move.
and just action to move and just face these guys because I want to have full dice, I guess, compared to what I declared, I guess.
Okay. All right. So we got Zoe and Crom. What do you guys want to do?
So I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Under smoke grenades,
Mhm.
the radius says 0 to 3. Is that 0 to 3 squares or 0 to 3 meters?
If I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to be meters. I would
Yeah,
allow it
well,
definitely to be a
because 1 meter is 5. 1 square is 5 meters.
I
Right?
know.
So
I would allow it to take up one whole square.
But then again, like, what's the point of a smoke grenade that only covers a whole square? You know?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's ninja vanish quickly without trace. It's supposed to technically only be a
That kind of
self-contained thing, and by the time it starts spreading out, you can start seeing through it more. It's not quite the same density as what you'd see in the movies and Batman
not
and
like
things like that.
military smoke grenade. It's like space fantasy ninja smoke grenade.
Yeah.
well,
Gotcha.
Zoe's action is going to be pull out her rifle.
Okay. Freebie to pull out the rifle.
Okay. And she's going to fire daddy. Here we go.
I still find it
Shooting
so
at that
that-
dude.
Okay.
Ooh, wait. 18.
18 is a hit.
Okay, and we were well within range for that gun, so
Dadgum, dude. He doesn't want to die.
ooh, 20. 20.
He has exactly 20.
Can it be a headshot?
So it
You did
just
not
so-
declare the shot beforehand, so it's going to hit him
I
in
was
the
just
shoulder.
asking for flavor.
I think
No, it was a
at-
20, 2020, so essentially he's stunned, so it's going to hit him like in the shoulder. And he's
Oh,
going, oh.
okay.
So what you're saying is she would have had to roll, or she, as in Zoe, the character, would have had to roll higher than 20 to do that full damage into one hit or whatever.
Or say I was
So
aiming
in
for
order to
that, which
kill
would have
him
made it
outright, there
worse.
would have had to been a difference of 16. So since it was a
So basically, I
2020,
just knocked him out.
yeah,
Since it was tied, it was essentially just
it didn't even knock him out. It just basically grazed him.
right. Okay.
Now I'm giving
Well,
you guys the fact that it kind of more or less, well, it doesn't give him stun damage, but the way I'm rolling it is that if you're at a 0, basically you both tie, nothing essentially occurs. Traditional rules are if like 0 to 3, you take the stun damage.
Okay.
And the reasoning why I've rolled it essentially 0 is okay, and then 1 to 3 is stun damage is because that 0 stun can add up very quickly and kill people very fast.
So you do it
So-
for the benefit of the players and for the story.
Yes. So, and since I'm doing that for the players, I
fine.
also do the same thing for the NPCs. Yep.
Makes
Which
sense.
is very nice.
Balanced as all
let's
things
roll.
should be.
Thanos
Please.
was right, at least in that. At least with that.
All right. So Zoe took a shot. Crown, what are we doing?
I'm basically seeing. I can't really get to them, but shit. Let's see. I can't see anyone from where I am. I can't really do anything from where I am.
So
Let's
basically,
see.
all you saw was me firing my gun.
Yeah, you just saw a bolt.
Yeah, so there's not much I can do except ready my bolt caster and prepare if someone decides to come around that corner.
Okay. So in this one, there is no readied action. So
Yeah.
essentially, you just, if I'm not mistaken, I will double check it, but I'm almost certain if you can't do anything, your action just goes bye bye.
Yeah, there's not much I can. Well,
Yeah. I will
all I
double
can
check
really
the
do.
rules later on that.
Could make a
You
move.
can always move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fired a pop grenade. Like
Yeah, I'll just not to waste my action. I'll move right there,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that's all I can do for right now.
That's
essentially
awesome.
bringing up the rear on my assault or whatever. Right.
All right. So there is that. Oh. So I believe this pirate is going to attempt to shoot Atomox.
Isn't his buddy kind of in the way though?
Uh,
A little
yes
bit.
and no. They're
Mm.
5-meter
Yes.
squares. You mean to tell me that dude's taking
Yeah,
up the
I know, I
entirety
was
of the 5 meters?
I mean, I guess
I
it
know.
really depends on how he's standing. Blah blah blah. I was just asking.
No,
Sorry.
you're good.
Go on.
That was not a 5. That was a. Come on.
Actually, can I spend my second action to dodge that?
Hold on. I mean, he did just say, "Oh, come on." That means he probably fumbled.
But he hadn't
No.
said any numbers yet.
No, I haven't said any numbers yet, but the problem is that like when I went to go pull the dice away, clearly having seen it that was a 3, it flipped the die over and then I flipped it back. And then the other one that I saw that was clearly a number, it flipped over and I had to flip it back. That
So
was
you're
the
saying
oh,
all
come on.
wrong because you essentially have to re-roll.
No, because I knew exactly what the numbers were.
Right. Sorry. But you hadn't said it. I would still like to take my action to, or burn that second action I had declared I was going to take to dodge it.
Absolutely. So go ahead and give me a dexterity dodge.
And is that still at a minus because of the turn number, or?
Yes, it's still a -1 because of the turn order.
Thank you. I just wanted to clarify.
Hmm?
Let's see, that is a dodge. So 4 with a 1 on the wild die. It finally bounced out.
And that's why we don't complain. Okay.
No, it's just one of those things where it's like I feel bad that I might be like being called a cheater or something because like I'm
Nope.
not trying to.
Trust me, this is probably the
No,
best and
that-
most
that's
luck
the
you
only
guys have
reason I-
had since the start of this thing. So,
Yeah, I mean I actually got a knife kill.
uh-huh. That's why I was like, I'm not complaining because I'm like, no, it is what it is. The dice have
Oh.
spoken.
Yeah, that was a 4 total with 1 on the wild die.
Yep. So 17 definitely beats that.
By a lot.
All right, so go ahead and give me strength. It is an energy attack, hitting you, we'll say, in the chest. If you have any armament for energy,
Then
add that.
I believe so. It's an energy attack, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, I get +2 pips for energy.
Okay.
And then you said strength. I do not have the minus for the strength roll, correct?
Correct. So your dice code, whatever that is, and
Code
strength.
whatever it is, and then
And
I
then-
get to add. I believe it was 1 for my pip for my armor. No, it's 2 pips for my armor.
There you go. 2 pips for the armor.
I had to double check it.
Yep, you're fine.
Math.
Math is
So
fun.
that plus. Okay, well, you add the 2 pips. It's just that. So let me just calculate real quick.
Absolutely.
Total 18. If you
18.
include my pips. 18 including
Yeah,
the pip.
you take the shot. Pow! And you are good.
I rolled 2 6s and a 4 on the wild die.
Nice. Yeah, he takes a shot at you, but like I says, you take no damage.
Nice.
Um,
Was it even enough to do anything to my armor? I gotta ask.
no, it was not.
I wanted to make sure. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. So the other guy is going to say the part. Daggone, that's the second die I lost. That's not what the dude says. The other part is going to say look back in the general direction of the Bonthan and say we may need to switch to plan B.
Plan
And then
Shit, they have a plan.
there
Oops, sorry.
is going to be a the Bonthan's going to say copy that as the guy is going to take another shot at him.
The second guy is going to take a shot at me as well.
Yep. And that definitely beats your 4. So
What for?
Yep.
What for does it beat?
The 4 that you rolled for dodge. When you roll that, it stands for the entirety of this round.
Okay,
So
I understand. Okay, now. Sorry.
you're
I
fine.
was confused by that. I'm like, I for one, my strength is a 3.
No. 4 to hit to
And I'm
Yes.
like, I only have a 3 dice code for the dodge, so I'm like, huh? Yeah, sorry, I was just confused.
You're fine.
I'm assuming I'm rolling strength to take
Strength.
that hit as well. Alright, second verse, same as the first.
Yep.
And I need to remember to add 2 pips for my energy, because it's an energy shot, correct?
Absolutely.
Math. So that's that. Sorry, it's easier if I pull out my calculator. Hold on. Blank
fine.
plus blank blank. Plus the 2 pips. Total 15.
15. You also
15,
absorb that
5.
shot. You're fine.
Nice. Same effect, no damage.
Yep. Same exact.
Nice.
Alrighty then.
I am getting incredibly lucky with not taking damage from these shots today.
You just
Thank
jinxed it.
you, Lord God and Jesus.
You
Alright.
just had the jinx, didn't
Yep.
I said I didn't say anything about everyone else.
Alrighty then.
At least I'm only screwing over myself.
So
I may just be
Richard going to make the attempt to break free from the goop. Let's see. We will give it a okay.
Keep your mouth shut.
I don't like that die. That's not for him. Okay. That is 14. Richard is trying to break free, but is unable to do so. All right. Yumi is going to go to or notices that Richard is struggling to break free as he's trying to get out of this goop, and she's going to grab him and then just try to pull him out.
Question: isn't she in the goop too?
She is, but she's not completely covered. She has a hand free.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for the
You're fine.
clarification.
So that is going to be enough. That she is basically, she just kind of grabs a hold of like the back of his, I think it's the scout armor that he has. Basically grabs a hold of him and just pulls and then just kind of throws him away. Not far, but just kind of throws him away from the goop, breaking him free.
So which direction was he from?
Zagar is going to make the attempt to break free. Zagar will also struggle. Okay. Now they took their actions. Ib's brain's starting to get tired. You guys have already
Fair.
taken all yours, or
I have only
I
taken
dodged
one.
action, yes.
We've only taken one out of our 2 actions.
okay?
They have. I had to spend my extra.
Okay,
for a
so
dodge.
Zoe and Crom still have an action to take. Gotcha.
Yes.
Alrighty then. So
You want to go first, Chrome, or shall I?
I'll go first because it's quick and easy. I'm just going to attempt to pull I'm going to try to pull Zagar out of the goop.
So, I will allow the movement to Zagar to be free for this one,
Okay.
and then give me a strength check to try to pull him free.
All right. At a -1, correct?
Yes, -1.
All right. Well, it's a 1 on the wild die, so
Poor kid. Okay.
yeah, yeah. It's literally 6.
He just does not seem to be having a good day.
So you're like, I need to help the kid, and you run over to try to help him, and in your excitement, you kind of more or less hit him to a degree that, like, I'm in my mind, I kind of see like up to about the knees, maybe the waist is kind of covered. That like you kind of hit into him, and then start to push him down.
Oops.
Does he fall backwards and get the back stuck too?
So
is it
he won't fall, but you continue to fall,
Oh, lovely.
Oh no.
and your arm is going to get caught in the goop. You are prone
Okay.
in the goop. Okay.
Do I see this out of the corner of my eye?
You hear Wookiee fall.
Okay,
I hear
well,
it and automatically assume. Just God dang it,
keep
Chrome.
this seamless. Here's Zoe's action. That guy.
Sure.
To be clear, lethal intent.
That's fine. The dice are going to tell me what is lethal and what is not.
18.
18's a hit. Give me a damage roll.
Okay, but intent is different than achievement.
Exactly.
Precise.
This dude doesn't want to die.
14.
Okay, so he is stunned.
Before we move on, can I take that extra -1 or whatever to shoot at him as well?
No,
Like-
because you've already taken all your stuff.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
sorry, so I still have to have one remaining to do that? Is that what it was?
Yep. By the sound
Yeah,
of
you
it.
still have to have
Sorry.
one remaining. You're fine.
Memory, it'd be a pain.
You are okay.
Alright, never mind.
Do. Yeah, I don't know where the one thing ended up going. We'll make it yellow.
I have one job right now.
So all right, yeah, he's stunned now. Okay.
Rest.
What is the range over there? Ah, that's achievable.
Wait a minute, didn't they go first though?
They did.
They did.
We're, I don't
So
know what he's
depending on how many
calculating.
actions NPCs and players take can depend on how many things go on. So if they happen to take more actions than you guys did, they can go more.
Yeah, I was asking because
That's
like
fair
they
enough, but
take
it's
more
like
actions. I don't know. I just wanted
we
that
don't
clarification.
know how many actions Richard Zagar or Yumi
Mhm.
took.
Gotcha.
Alrighty then.
I
So,
got the question.
oh, that's
was
gonna
wondering
take a little bit longer to chuck, huh? All right,
where we were at. Sorry.
you're fine. So the Bonthan. Okay. That's some good shit. Okay. All right. So the Bonthan, in my mind, I see like the camera kind of as the action's been going on and things that the camera is going to focus on the Bonthan who grabs a cylinder, pops a button, and then he fumbles with it and ends up dropping, and he's gonna take stun damage. So
Was he gonna throw a stun grenade?
he was.
That is beautiful.
He don't want to be stunned so far, so that ends up being that. Okay, so that is a difference of okay. So yeah, stun grenade goes off. Pow! Because he had it set for impact.
And it infected.
Yep. So, pow! It goes off. Okay.
It went off.
And Richard is now
So,
free.
quick question: does that just stun him, or does that stun him and him? 'Cause
Probably could do
Well,
both.
are we
'Cause,
rolling with stunned twice?
blast radius. He's
Asking with
within the
the
blast radius. So yeah, it can actually hit him. Good call.
I had to make up for my
Oh, you're fine.
distance fumble
Absolutely.
somehow.
That guy actually, when the thing goes off, will drop prone.
Ooh.
So, where's the prone dude? That's good enough. All right. So he
That
drops.
worked.
All right. Richard is going to try to pull Zagar out. Ah. Ooh, he's really good. Okay. So 21 is enough.
Pretty mean.
21. So yeah, he ends up pulling Zagar from the goop. And then Yumi is going to look down at Crom, reach down, and she's going to try to pull you out.
Well, can I assist by trying to push into her to get out?
It was.
It will lower the difficulty, so I'll allow that.
Basically, pull the stuck part in the same direction.
Oh, my pretty boy.
Okay.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, you just end up getting an unintentional wax job. She basically, as you're kind of like, pull me out, she just picks you up and your hair, some of your hair is stuck in there. But she gets you out of the goop, and then she will. She can't. I'm thinking D&D rules. Yeah, that was her action, moron. So the Bonthan is going to do something off camera that nobody can see. Okay.
Isn't he
And then
stunned?
her last action. So Yumi is now going to step out of the goop if she can.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the same thing as Joe's player. Isn't Bonthan guy stunned?
He is.
Oh right, that would only be that's not a complete incapability to take actions.
Nope.
Nope. It's just movement.
My bad. Sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. Yeah, she will basically kind of struggle a little bit, but she will actually get out of the goop. So everybody is now out of the goop.
Yay, no goop.
So
Just tell me when you want that check.
I'm actually going to say we're going to call it here
That's
Okay.
fine.
because we're
right.
rolling up on the 3-hour mark. And then we've
I was
already.
about to say, either way, like Zoe, your reception rolls have been hurting tonight. Maybe give me a shot. You're maybe higher total, but my dice have been on point for the most part.
And that may not happen next time.
Yeah,
You
it may
never
not
know.
happen next time. So
And
you know.
that's the thing is, especially with this system, like any other system, I mean, sometimes
Yeah,
you're going to have things where you're rolling hot and then sometimes not. There have been games that in this and like D&D, I roll and sometimes I'm like getting super high numbers and everything's going good. And other times I'm getting one on the wild die or one on the D20.
Sometimes RNG just smiles in your favor,
Right.
and other times he strikes you with the luck
Yeah,
light.
like that dodge roll. It was like it was gonna happen eventually. Since if you look at the rolls,
Eventually,
I've
that
been
was me getting struck with the
until
luck.
then I had been rolling pretty well. It was like
Oh, I
it's
thought
gonna
you were
happen
talking about me
eventually.
getting.
What roll is it gonna happen on?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. So,
me
well, I'm
failing with
glad nobody's dead yet.
yet. Well,
Yet.
there are people dead, it's just none of us. No one
This
that
is
we
true.
want alive,
Well,
necessarily.
when I said nobody dead, I was not caring about anybody other than the player characters.
Yeah.
So nobody's
Well,
dead
there's-
yet. That's good
yeah, there's just not
news.
player characters.
You guys have not
Really
done
good
anything
extra-
stupid yet. Congratulations. So,
Actually got a nice kill.
Chrono, if you're watching, you may shower them with praise or whatever. I personally think y'all did really good without old Cap there, making the decisions mostly for yourselves.
Accidentally get Richard killed off while he was gone.
No, that'll be fine. He's only like, what was it, stunned or wounded? He'll be fine.
Yeah, and it's like
Wounded, and actually
Yeah.
before that block grenade got sent out, I was gonna try and make my way over there and make up for the that first intro mission incident.
realistically, I think I like the call I was making because
Yeah.
I think that she would definitely do what she's doing right now.
Now the one thing is, I will say this, in my opinion, I think if I'm channeling in, let me see, if I can channel in Chrono, he is slightly upset right now that you had actually shot that weapon. But aside from that, I mean, everything was okay.
Like,
I could
like,
just see him. He's like, you shouldn't have
So
fired that weapon.
like in
Fair enough.
between anger and mild annoyance.
So I
Well, I
gotta
mean,
ask. Originally, what was that number to hit? Would that 23 have actually hit if it were? Because I was in medium. Would that have actually hit?
23 for the what?
Because he miscounted the range.
I gotta know. Would that have actually
If he
hit
had
the?
given you the correct
Oh.
range he meant to.
Yeah,
with
if
the
you give me
20.
the correct range, more than likely.
Because it's like, because it's like that
Yeah,
was
because
what that was either a player or a somehow sheet mess up because it's like I copied that exactly as I saw it on the information, so I don't know how that got there.
yeah, I don't know. But that's what I'm saying
player
is because I just remember from the number you gave me, it was like, yeah, no, that bumps it into a long ranged kind of thing. 'Cause the way it works is, and I don't like the sheets that you guys have for the online. And for those watching that are kind of curious, like, how do these weapon ranges work? So there's a point blank range, which is essentially just like right up on you. There is a short, which generally is represented something kind of like a 1 to 3 meters. So that's your short range. And then your medium range is basically 4 meters to whatever the second number is. So it'd be like 4 meters to 20 meters. That's your medium range. And then your long range is 21 to, let's say, 150. That's your
So
long
basically,
range.
we're given 3 numbers plus a point blank range.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything that's in between, anything that's larger than short range but shorter than your medium range number is considered medium range.
Yes. So
like for
there's a
anything-
range that you end up hitting. It basically represents your maximum range that you have for that. Then anything past that ends up going. So it works the same way. Technically, if you try to shoot past your long range, technically what ends up happening is that it gets bumped up to another difficulty level. And it's
Yeah, like-
possible, but it's really hard.
for example, the heavy blaster cannon, short range 5 to 20, medium 100, long 2.
Yep.
Or for example, my blaster rifle, it's got a point blank of 5.
No.
No, that's what it says right now. It says 5.
Yeah,
on my-
no. In your sheet, it shouldn't say that because it should
a
be
point-
like 5 to. Crap. What does it
It
say?
doesn't give me a range. Oh wait, it gives
Your
me a
point-
5 to my short range. Point blank to short range. That's what it's listed. It's 5 and then short range is
It
50.
is. Let's see. E19
Like on my knife,
slash
it's 2
tech.
3.
All
It's the
right.
deal.
So
Well, point is,
E11.
the upper limits of my short range are considered to be is the number 50. Medium range
Yeah.
is listed at 180. So if it's like, for example, 75, I use the medium range difficulty number,
Correct.
or I have to hit that.
Correct. So yeah, like I said, it all depends because like, and they will vary depending on the weapons and obviously and stuff like that. Like the grenades are all different and weird because like I know the stun grenade, like a lot of them you can chuck them like 60 meters, and then like this one was like, yep, nope, 25. It's like, so, excuse me. So
The brand and make difference.
yeah, so
Difference.
that's kind of where I roll with it. In all actuality, from the various different books that I have, it could just be a translation issue from first edition, second edition, and then we're technically running 2.5. So it could have been something that I picked up from one of the older editions that didn't quite translate, and I didn't pick it up or whatever. But yeah, the easier thing is that based off of whatever type of weapon it is, it's that faulty. So, but all right, before we end up doing our sign off and things that, did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
Definitely.
it was a
Good.
wonderful time.
Good. And
Oh,
I'm actually very
wonderful.
happy to see, like I said, you guys have not just up
Virtual.
and screwed the pooch and died. There's
We're
a
alive.
part of me
Yeah.
that was thinking they're really gonna do this, and then once you whipped out the big gun there, Zoe, it was like they are starting off with a bang, and pff, they're all out the airlock. Like there was that
Not t-
legitimate, yeah, there was that legitimate thing. Cause didn't you get the one on it? Or no, it wasn't that one, was it?
No, that was not what I got a 1
Yeah.
on.
I just
I
remember
got a
thinking
1
if
on
you
a
got a one, like, man,
dodge.
what kind of damage is that gonna do?
I got a 1 on a dodge.
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
got a 1 on a dodge as well.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun, ain't it? Getting ones
yeah.
on like your dodges and
It's
things
like-
that I've had a couple characters do
But,
that.
Gotta love how Purple Betty ain't kinda ain't purple yet.
No, Purple Betty ain't purple yet. So
what I was thinking was like, because like I wasn't there in character, so I couldn't like say anything. So I couldn't even like say
No
it.
one knows I have that gun but Chrono, Zagar, and
You mean
Yumi.
Richard?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Richard
That's fine.
Zagar. And
Yeah,
Yumi.
it's all right. They're interchangeable for the
Trying to
most
get
part.
at was like I would have like had I been able to get there without shots being fired, I really would have just like showed up and like tried to like say she's already been sold to a hut. Our job is to transport her. If unless you want smoke with this hut,
That guy does not
maybe
care.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna
he
say,
clearly doesn't care.
I could tell
No.
just by looking at him. Well, listening to how he was talking.
yep.
Yeah, no, it's
Both player and character
Yeah,
knew
when you
he
do-
was not having business.
As kind of a heads up and things that just as a for all the years of experience that I had running games and playing games, you kind of need to listen very closely to how they react and respond and try to pick up on that. Sometimes you can
The
pick
fact
up
that he
on the
flinched
yeah,
on a
yeah,
blaster cannon.
yeah, sometimes you can pick up on the they're not wanting to make a deal. We're gonna have to fight. Sometimes it's like, well, possibly if he's wanting money, we could try to bribe him. Maybe he's doing this for another thing. We can try to talk. And there's other thing. I mean, sometimes yeah, it still boils down to we're gonna fight. But yeah, no, he definitely seems and strikes me like Dead Man Bones was saying. It's he wouldn't have cared. The hut's not
It's
right
like-
there,
Yeah, it's
and
like
he's stealing from Ranix, who works with the hut. I think he might know what he's doing, especially since
Yep,
he
it's
basically walked up and said, "Give me that thing." And presumably, Ranix has kept this thing extremely hush hush, so he has some kind of knowledge about what's going on.
yeah, because it's like he was exuberating. I don't give a.
Yeah, I don't care.
He
But
was giving
he
he was
gets
giving
fucked.
off very much no language on earth has a word for how little I care.
Yeah,
vibe.
right.
Pretty much, which
Yeah.
is why
He was giving off
Zoe did try to make this de-escalate until it was obvious. Like, yeah, he doesn't care.
I don't
Have a
think you
shoot.
tried hard enough.
But
very much he
You-
does not
It
now-
was clear. It was there.
I say now to being a Mandalorian, I can kind of see, but at the same time, knowing and having read other
the-
types of
the
Mandalorians,
player-
not every one of them are as trigger happy.
Yeah, the
But
player knows more could have been done, but at the same point in time, it would not have happened.
do you
Especially
know that?
coming from her.
keep in mind that
From her.
Do you
she's,
know
like,
that?
the character.
See, yeah. Another thing too is that sometimes you need to kind of do to explore and to at least make the attempt. Because I mean, you can always try. You may not succeed, but I mean, this I actually could think of a couple different things off the top of my head right now, not even having planned or anything like that. Just right now, of things that I could have done or could have said, and things that had I been in this situation, most of it would have been like, "Hey," kind of like how almost Richard likes to do is like, "Let's talk. I'm hearing you like money. I, like you, also like money. How much would this be cost to have you look the other way and just forget about this ever existing?"
You know, like
It starts out as a conversation, even if he's like 50,000 and you don't want to pay that, at least it's kind of getting and go somewhere, which bides people time. The second you start getting aggressive is when things can go really quick. So
Kind of.
so as a
Also,
character,
in the defense of the action, guns were already out before Zone decided to do that.
oh, I know. But like he says, I know having this system and other systems, I've been held at gunpoint and sword point and everything else, and I've been able to be like, hey, and it all kind of depends. But like I said, you guys have got to kind of make that effort and that stretch, because if you don't make the attempt, then But like I said, at the same time, it's your guys' game. These are your characters. You play them as you see fit. I'm just
I know.
yeah, when you're like, I tried, and I'm going, no, you didn't. I mean, once again, that's my opinion, and that's also many more years of experience. Kind of going. So from a not a GM, but more of a I have had been a player. I think it could have been handled differently, but at the same time, it could have also just,
I mean-
in regards to how you handled it, it could have gone this way. So, like I
Yeah,
said, I'm
like-
not, even though I know it's he's judgmental and I'm just
No,
kind
no,
of
no.
tossing things out. And
I
like I
don't
said,
think
it
any of
could
us
have still
really
ended
thought
up
that.
being this way.
Yeah, I mean, I
Really
saw
wasn't thought that. I was
dude came with
saying, like, what
crew. They
I
already
would
had guns out. Strong arm tactics. It has to be basically. It's like he's coming with
Yeah.
with crew.
Yeah.
So
Now,
it's
see,
like
if
I
memory
tried the strong arm tactic.
serves,
It did not work.
and
I
correct
was
me if I'm wrong,
able.
but Crom, trying to get you in on the conversation here.
Sorry. Yeah.
If memory serves, the one who flashed weapons first was it Zoe, or am I misremembering that?
I
It
think
was
they
Zoe.
flashed
Okay.
weapons first. They pointed at her, but
She
like
didn't. They
they
didn't
were
point.
up.
If I recall, and I could be wrong, but I could have sworn Zoe basically kind of was like tap tap tap. Look at Purple birthday here.
Did not necessarily tap. I
If I
read it.
I
remember,
do
she
recall.
would've
I
did
do
not
recall. Hold on. I do clearly recall you putting an emphasis on, I have this weapon. Don't mess with me, which was the first sign of aggression in the entirety of everything. Up until that point, it was all conversation.
I
So
remember her getting pointed at with firearms.
Didn't
but
point
no,
anything
he
at
didn't point
anyone.
anything. But the fact that it was like leaning on the fact of, I have this gun, because of, I can't remember exactly how it phrased, but it was kind of like the hands on the gun, almost like I'm ready to shoot you with this, or I'm ready to fight. So up until that point, there was no weapons having
my-
been drawn or
In
anything
my
like that.
defense, first it was hand on knife.
Yeah,
Then it
and nothing happened from there. And then the second you started going, whoop, it was like, okay, all right, this is going to start moving.
Yeah, I just vaguely feel like I remember her not like making a motion or even talk about the gun until
I saw
getting
guns
aimed
out,
at.
basically.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I could be
so I'm like,
misremembering,
how
but
was it?
even
I think
if
that they aggressed first, but we didn't.
even if it
or
was
not
the
that
knife,
fast.
all I know is that shows a clear intention of, I want to fight, regardless whether it was a knife or the gun. So either
Right.
way, that is a clear intent on F you. We're fighting.
There is a difference between weapon at the ready and weapon out.
Yeah.
Correct,
even
but
then-
depending on your skill level, that could be, somebody could be weapon at the ready, could be just as deadly. So
Yeah.
when you're
we
in
are
a
wearing Mandalorian
Wild
armor.
West,
Pointed at
hold on.
Sorry.
When you are in a Wild West type scenario where somebody, just by having their hand close enough to their gun, you don't know how fast of a draw they are. They may be faster than you. They may be more accurate than you. Are you gonna really put on your life on the line for a possibility that this person's not as good? I don't think so. You're going to want to defend yourself, and you're going to want to make sure that, hey, they're making motions towards weapons. I don't care if it's a knife. I don't care if it's a grenade. I don't care if it's a gun. They're making an active, aggressive, basically motion. And the first thing in my mind, at least in the outer rim, most outer rim creatures and things, that is going to be, okay, we can do this. And they're going to start motioning towards their guns or start pulling their weapons out. So like I said, regardless of what weapon it was, a weapon was touched.
Fair enough.
So, like I said, you can try to spin it any way you like it. You can try to sugarcoat and whatever. But I'm telling you, from flat out perspective of having, weapon was touched, that is basically the surefire sign of, we're doing this, regardless of which one it was. So
Well,
it's,
another
unless
instance that
scenario
Zoe
like
did
that, then
did
yeah,
not
that
like that guy. Like it was made clear, Yumi is
oh yeah,
sentient, your own person. It's
he
like,
doesn't care. So, but now we've had a nice little long chat and conversation. We'll go ahead and do the sign off thing. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys had a good little time with all the combat scenario and all the little extra side chats. So, please join us next week as we continue this adventure with hopefully an entirely full crew, and we will see what will transpire from here. So, take it easy. Good night. Stay dorky, peeps.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good night.